Good morning, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 64 as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, hope your week is going well. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on from last week's stream, which would have been Thursday, I would have said. Just trying to remember myself. In last week's stream, we continued on the final DLC map, Washout. We made some metal pipes after getting the pipe facility up and running. We demolished an old oil rig. And was laying cables as well. Basically, we are nearly finished. So it looks like we are just about finished with the full DLC, 100% all the maps. And I've already pre-downloaded some mod maps. Now, there is more than one. I'm not 100% sure which one we're going to do yet. We'll do it as soon as we finish today. I'm expecting to finish the game and the DLC today. I think it's a given. As long as obviously we get stuff done in good time, and then we probably can start the DLC map today. I think I know which one we're going to go for. To be honest, there's a lot less choice than I expected when it comes to DLC maps for the PS5. I expected more choice. There's no vehicles. That's coming later, as they've already announced that coming in a future update. And map-wise, from what I could find, one of them seemed like a proper mod map. Others seemed like a way of gaining lots of money or XP and all that stuff that we don't need or want. The only one that truly looked like a DLC map is one of the ones I downloaded, and probably the one we'll do today. But we do need to finish the DLC first. We can't obviously start until DLC is finished. As I say, I am fully expecting to do it today, based on last week's progress, essentially. So that is the plan. Okay. So I'm just trying to do other things as well, as always. But yeah, I hope everyone's week's going well. It's been an okay week so far. It's a tough night last night, but I think after my what should we call it? After my moment, which lasted a couple of days, the week or so ago, I'm actually doing better. Like thinking about the operation and stuff, I'm definitely doing better. Oh, well, that was the other thing. Yesterday's stream of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I kind of expected it to happen after what we did in game, but there was a certain scene of drunken debauchery in the game yesterday that has restricted the video to the live stream to non-adverts or not user-friendly. Essentially, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the channel. It just means that stream can't be monetized. But I didn't even know that scene existed. I obviously we go into these things blind, so it was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I kind of expected it to happen. Thank you for like what I was appreciated. SAT like exam. What? Yeah, SAT like. Do you mean SAT like exam? Good morning, Super Colby. Hope you're well. If that's pronounced it singularly, SAT, I think they're similar to the UK's SAT. Well, we do SATs exams. My little boy has them this year, and you do them again when you're 13, 14. It depends what. Yeah, it depends what they kind of come up against. So we do GCSE exams as well, and when you're 16, but that's across all subjects you've been taught. So I don't know what is kind of the same as, to be fair. Let's just say there's maintenance being done today. I'm assuming it won't affect us, but I don't know. It hasn't done previously, so hopefully it'll be okay. 90% complete on Washout. We've done 22 of 24 infrastructure missions, 28 of 32 objectives. All side objectives are complete. So we just got 4 main objectives, 2 infrastructure missions to do, and that is complete. And then we can have a look at the mob map, which we'll talk about once we get to it. As I say, I'm fully expecting this today. As long as everything goes well and we get things done in good time, potentially we should be finished today. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know what the equivalent is, to be fair. But yeah, we do all sorts of them. So when you're 11, you do your SATs. 11-year-old, which is maths, English, and English and reading. You do them again at year 9, which you're 13, 14. Your GCSEs at 16. A-levels at 18. And and then university can be however, depending. But yeah, we have a lot of exams, to be fair. Right, let's have a look at what we've got on the go at the minute. So, build a route to excavate the scrap. That is something we need to do. And restore the full functionality of the pumping station is the mission we're currently doing. And we've already cleared the area of objects. We have brought the steel beams in the back of the vehicle now. And we just need to pick up some logs and bring 5 of them to this location. And that mission will be complete, and that'll leave us free. This one, we need to plan an infrastructure route from the oil rig to the logistics terminal, and we also need to build a road to the railway station as well. The road is quite a long road, actually, to be fair. That may take a bit of time. I say we're going to get this done today, but actually, there's a chance we don't, based on what's left to do and how long it takes. You know, we're not going to rush anything. We're going to do it as we do it. But yeah, there is a chance maybe that actually we don't get done because everything takes a little bit longer than expected. But we just don't know. Come the end of it, really, do we? So we'll see what happens. Right, we need to... Where's our log forwarder? I can't see it there, to be fair. Might be easy to go into thing. I know there's one out and about, I just don't know where it is. I'm sure it's next to some logs. Tree harvester, bridge layer, rusty bridge. We've still got 4 bridge layers plus the rusty version. Heavy dumper, asphalt. Okay, I'm not seeing it there, strangely. We're going to need to go to... We've got lots of logs in different places. It's just a case of picking them up. That's not there, that's that. That's it, that's that. Thought we had one round here, to be fair. Repair shop. Oh, is that could be a... That's our log forwarder there, isn't it? That is our log forwarder there. Okay. So, this is our log forwarder. Obviously, we need to find out where we've got logs. Now, we've done lots of cutting trees down all in different places. So, it's a case of going and grabbing them. Where is the piles? Okay, there's logs around here. There is also logs here as well. And we are currently over there. I'm just seeing if there's any logs nearer where we are. Doesn't look like there is, actually. Would we better go in tunnel exit base and then come back round rather than drive from where we are, pick them up from here and then drive to the pumping station from there? That might be a better option, to be fair. I know we're already here, but I don't think we've got any logs nearby. No, we haven't. Okay, if we've got no logs nearby, then we're better off recalling the log forwarder to here, or we grab a different log forwarder. That's the other option, isn't it, really? Let's recall it to here, and then we will drive to where the logs are and then go from there. Retain, deploy. We were too far away from where essentially we needed to be, really, there. Bear me a second, my little boy's messaged. Right, let me put the brake on this time. I always forget to put the brake on whenever we stop. There we go. But yeah, I don't know actually what is the same kind of thing as sats, to be fair. I don't think our sats are the same as ones you mean. Yeah, I don't know, to be fair. But yeah, we do a lot of exams. That's all I really know, to be fair. This is the new log forwarder that came with the logging. I want to say DLC, but it was free, so possibly still DLC or free update, whatever you want to call it. I like it because of the tracks more than anything else, to be fair, and the way it takes corners. That's one thing I do really like about it. But we need to pick up 5 logs, take them to the area for the pumping station, and then hopefully that's job done, but no guarantee. There may be more to this mission or not, we don't know. But this is the one of the 4 remaining missions that are left. There's 2 infrastructure missions left, and actually both of them are currently on the infrastructure list, and they are the other main mission we have on, and that is build the road and a whatchamacallit route, a convoy. So that's the final 2 infrastructure missions, and they are part of the remaining main mission, so that's an easy one to get done, I think, to be fair. And then it will just be 2 after that. There's 2 remaining main missions, so that's job done. So as I say, we are close. The road is massive, so that's going to take a while. It depends if it's fully able to be sanded and within view of any of the quarries, because if it is, we can let the AI sand it, and that will speed us up a little bit as well. So it's going to be one of those, we just don't know at this point how long things are going to take. But without rushing, we're just going to do things as and when we can, and see if we get done today, and hopefully start the mod map that I'm looking at. But yeah, I'm disappointed by lack of choice, to be fair. I thought there'd be a lot more choice when it came to modded maps. Obviously the modded scene on this isn't as big as other games like Farming Simulator and things like that. But yeah, I thought it'd be a lot more than that actually is. But that could be for a variety of reasons. It does depend whether you know how easy it is to access stuff on this when it comes to modding compared to other games. That's the thing. It's not always the lack of modders that's the problem. It's the lack of developers' allowance and stuff. That's the other thing. Right, there are logs here. I just can't see where they are. Chop down trees as we go through. Where are you? We put piles of logs in different places as we've cleared an area. Oh, straight ahead of us. We've seen them. There they are. Right, we need 5 logs. There's no point in having more than 5 on the back at this point, so we'll just put the 5 on that we need. We're not the best with these kind of these machines, especially grabbing logs. I do find it tricky, so I'm not expecting us to have this come easy, but we'll do what we can. Yeah, I don't know what it is about these that I struggle with, but for some reason I've always kind of struggled with this loading logs. It took us a while to find a log forwarder actually that we got on with, and this one that came as part of the DLC or the add-on, I've enjoyed using actually. It's pretty good. But we have struggled previously to find one that actually we were on with well enough to be able to use consistently. But yeah, the majority of mod maps we found on the mod were all about not exploits, but a way of farming XP or money, and we've not needed to do any of that. You know, we've maxed out our XP during the base game, very early on in the base game, to be fair. It wasn't like we did anything special to max it out, so I don't understand why there's a map for that. I really don't. And money as well, we've never really struggled for money, and we've not really sold. I don't know if we've sold any items unless the missions told us to. In the shops that you find on the maps, without selling anything. And we've got multiple goods layers as well. So it's not like we've you know struggled for any of it. So I don't quite understand why mod maps exist to do the things you can do naturally. I get that people sometimes want to make things easier for themselves. I don't get it. And that's generally why we don't do a lot of modded stuff. Because generally they're mainly exploit based rather than natural gameplay. It's my experience anyway. People may say that's wrong and know they are all natural gameplay, but from my experience of mods, and like farming simulators, you know, stuff like that, generally they're for making life a bit too easy in some ways. And obtaining stuff before you really should have it, kind of thing. Whereas we prefer a more natural style of gameplay, where, you know, we earn it as much as we can, really. Okay, this is number 5. So that is our 5 logs loaded, and they're all done. Let's just put this down. Change camera. Okay, so from here we need to head onto this road here, follow it around the mountain, come back round. Yeah, we need to do that. So we need to come out of here. We're here currently, so we can head straight up onto the road, follow the road round, head to the right, keep following round towards the repair station, and then there, and that's mission complete. That is the plan. So we'll follow the cables that we laid as a guidance of which way to go to get out of here. I do need to have the camera slightly to the side. I have to do it sometimes in SnowRun as well, have the camera slightly to the side to be able to see really where we're going in some vehicles. And I think this is going to be one of them. I don't want to change their field of view because obviously I'll have to change it back once we change vehicles. It's not worth it. It's a hassle. Could drive inside cab, to be fair. Yeah, let's drive inside cab. We don't do that very often, but for this it's probably a little bit easier to see where we're going, to be fair. And since we're travelling all on road, it shouldn't be too much of an issue in terms of view and taking corners and things. This should be absolutely fine. If this goes terribly wrong, then this was a bad idea. we don't do many in-cab view driving, to be fair. Just something I've always preferred, having an external view. That was in racing games, I generally do behind the car, chase cam. A lot of people swear by, you know, if you use chase cam it's cheating or it means you're not good at the game, and maybe that's true, but I don't know, I always prefer to see what's around the vehicle than just what's inside the vehicle. It's something I've always done. I know on SnowRun they've had to do a few contests, I think they're called, aren't they, where we've had to go in cab view, and we've done alright. You know, it's not been massively difficult, but I just prefer an outsider's view normally. For whatever reason, maybe it's just a habit more than anything else. I'm just going to get used to driving in cab for something. But yeah, that's one of those things that I've just always done. But for this vehicle, it's a little bit easier, especially when you're not. If we was picking stuff up, there's no way we could do in-cab view for that. We'd have to go out external, change the actual camera for the grabber. But for driving, it's not too bad. Depends where you're heading and what the terrain is going to be like. That's the thing. I envy those people that probably played the majority of the game in-cab view when driving around. When doing activities, I'm guessing they won't use the external cameras, but for driving around, I envy the people that have done the whole game, because it's just not something that I would think about doing or feel comfortable doing. I think I'd mess it up really quickly, especially when trying to avoid getting stuck in places and things as well. But I do like the detail in the cabs, bar the lack of a steering wheel, obviously. The actual detail, especially in like the bridge carriers. Bridge layers, the detailing there is quite cool. Right, we're getting that. Follow this round. We are nearly there. the road is going to be big. I think we're going to. I think we might need to extend it as well, depending where it lines up. We have to have a proper look. The convoy route as well. We need to have a look at that and just see. We may be able to send that while we're doing the road. I'm not sure. It's just going to depend on what the train is likely to travel on. It's not going where we build the road. The convoy. That's the thing. The convoy is actually a different side. So we need to have a look at that as well. But let's get these logs delivered first. And at least that's the mission complete already today, as we get close to the finishing. Right, we go external for this. We need to park over here. No, not over there. Where am I going? Oh, it's not here, is it? I'm in the wrong place. The next place over. There we go. This is me thinking I was already in the right place. Well, it automatically switches round when you reverse. I didn't know that. Is that the case when you drive forward though? Yeah, it does. It automatically turns your way of looking round when you're going forward and when you're going back. I didn't know that. That's quite cool. So it automatically changes the way you're facing. We are on tracks and the mud should be okay with this kind of vehicle. We know the mud can be fairly deep, but the tracks generally will keep going through it. May need low gear. No, low gear may have been a mistake there actually. We're still moving until I press low gear on and it stopped. Yeah, low gear, man. You normally said low gear to help with things like this, but actually no. That was a bad decision. There we go, we're up. Okay, this is the drop-off point. And this will get this pumping station up and running from what it said. This is going to get the logs into the circle over here. I will take off the strap. We can go to the map to complete. And then that is mission complete. To get the pumping station back to full functionality. That is job done. There we go. A new one shut now. So the next mission for us to do, build a route to excavate the scrap. Now, convoy route, let's have a look at that first. So we need to do logistics terminal all the way over here. Going to the oil rig. Now, we were looking previously at the road system and it's not the easiest to navigate. That's the thing. We were looking at this and basically you've got to get a vehicle over here, which that isn't the best to get through, and all these tight turns here. So I don't think that's the right way of doing it. I think what we want to do is basically get the vehicle to this road here and see if we can come across here. Was my thinking. I don't know how we deal with this bit here. Or we go along here maybe. And in that way. That's the other way of doing it. I'm not 100%. The thing that drops off no matter what, doesn't it? Even from here that drops in. I just think going this way is going to be a nightmare. We've done it ourselves to kind of open up the route a little bit, but the amount of water and things there, you're just going to get stuck, especially in places like here. That is going to be, for a convoy, and we don't know what vehicle it's using either. For a convoy, that is not going to be fun. So we need to find a better way of doing it. To be fair, no, I don't know. I don't know what that drop-off is like. I wonder if this is the better way along here. Where's the convoy endpoint is the question. Oh, it's actually starting there. Okay. Oh, it's sending vehicles anyway. Ah. This has happened previously, where it sent vehicles before it's already completed it. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Obviously, we've had this on this map a couple of times now. There's been a couple of bugs where an infrastructure route has already completed when we haven't actually done it ourselves. It's annoying. Yeah, it's complete. It's gone. There's nothing I can do about it. The vehicles will now disappear, I think. All we were doing was planning the route, but the minute we pressed the button to plan the route, it completed it. This is the third time we had it happen. We actually thought we'd lost the map at one point because of this. Yeah. So not intended in the slightest, but unfortunately, I can't change what it's done either. It's made our life a little bit easier, but that's not necessarily a good thing, as far as I'm concerned. So, if anything, it's just a little bit frustrating. Okay, the issue we're going to have here is lack of sand. So, looking around, we need to pour sand along this whole route, and I can't see any quarries nearby. Unless we're missing something, there are no quarries here at all. The nearest quarry is this one here. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. The road we build is quite. It's not. I suppose it's not as long as you think. To be fair, although we were going to extend it all through here, because that's all mud. But there's no sand. So having the AI do the driving, laying the sand for us, isn't really going to be possible. Because we were going to start at this point when it finishes this road here, stops roughly here. We're going to start the road this way. So unless we can see sand somewhere we can put a scalper on, I don't know how we're going to do this road. Okay, let's have a look at this. Obviously, it's not going to be the easiest road to do. We're just going to figure out the best way. The lack of sand is going to be the big issue, I think. Obviously, we have got vehicles that can act as mobile quarries. But again, you still need to have sand nearby to be able to use. And we don't. I'm just looking around to see, is there a quarry we haven't seen, is my thinking. We'd see the outskirts of it if there was, to be fair. And we're not seeing that at all. Okay. Obviously that sand quarry there. How are we going to do this? I'm not 100% sure. There is sand here that we can put a scalper on. So that will give us some, but it's not a massive circle. But yeah, I think that's our first port of call. We need to get a scalper there. I think is our first port of call. I don't think we actually have it out and about currently. But that will at least give us something, at the very least. So if we head to the garage here, tunnel exit base, roads, where's our scalper? I don't know if it comes under roads, to be fair. No. I don't think it's out and about, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm annoyed the convoy's completed because it kind of takes it away from us getting it done ourselves, and we needed to plan a route and make it work there. So I'm annoyed that it's done it for us when we actually wanted to do it ourselves. That is annoying. But it doesn't look like there's anything we can do. So we're just going to move on from that. We're going to come out of here, drive north, keep following along here until we get to the steel pipes facility, and then come out of the steel pipes, and we're going to go there for the sand. That's the only place I can see where there's sand that we can utilise, and then we may have to use a series of big dumpers essentially to give us the space needed to actually get this road done. So one mission down, and one of the two remaining infrastructure missions down as well with the convoy. So we've got this main mission plus two more, and this mission will also complete the final infrastructure mission. So this and two more missions, and then that's map complete 100%. As I say, I wasn't intending the convoy to do what it did. I was actually thinking I was going to solve the problem of where it needed to go. And I prefer to solve the issue than just help us do it. So that's annoying. But I can't change it now. We can't. When it happens like that, you can't even stop it. That's the thing. As I say, last stream I think it was, we had it happen, but it bugged out whilst doing it for us, and that we had to restart the save or reload the save to make it work. And previous to that, we'd had another one do the exact same thing. So there is a bug on this map, it seems, where some convoys will complete automatically, even though the route's not even been laid yet. They just start as you go to lay the route out. So you can't stop it, because the minute you go and lay the route, they send the vehicles automatically. So you can't cancel that, unfortunately. But yeah, so it's taken a little bit away from us doing it ourselves. But I can't do anything about it now, can I? So it's done. Right, we've got to travel north from here till we get to the steel pipe facility. Hopefully this will be okay on this terrain. It is a bit bumpy, but other than that it should be okay. We haven't really used this vehicle massively in awkward terrain, to be fair. It's got enough wheels that it should be okay. And the surface area on the floor will be quite a lot, so it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. So far so good. It's slowing down, but it's still moving. And this ground isn't particularly wet, to be fair, it's just undulating. Yeah, we probably might have to set up a load of dumpers, large ones, to make this work if we're going to build this road. It's going to be awkward, I think. Alright, this is getting stuck. Come on. Find the grip. Yeah, it's not liking this at all. I did wonder, we've not driven this long distances because we've not needed to be fair. We've barely used it throughout the whole game because it's never really been a need to. There's once or twice we've had to use it. So I wasn't sure how this would deal with this terrain, to be fair. It's done okay, it's slowing down in places, but it's not too bad. I say the amount of wheels increase the surface area touching the floor, so in theory gives you more grip. It all does depend on actually the surface you're driving on anyway. This isn't that bad. I think if this was any wetter, this probably would be stuck. But I think it's actually alright. There's the steel pipe facility coming up just ahead of us. That's where we're aiming for. And just outside that is a load of sand. It's not a quarry. It looks to be a load of sand there, so I'm hoping we can utilise that with the scalper to create our own quarry. As I can't see another way of getting sand to where this road needs building. We may need a few dumper trucks nearby, kind of a convoy of them on the edge of each circle, making it a bigger surface area of where the sand can go. Alright, so far so good. We're here, just got to go to the outside of it. This is what's going to take us the time, I think, is building this road. We obviously don't know what the final two missions are, but I think this will slow us down for finishing today, depending on how long this takes. If we can get sand in a decent way, then it won't take too long. And the hardest part and the most time-consuming part is the sand, more than anything else. Okay, so what we saw here previously was some sand. So this is the bit we're looking to utilise. We're going to try and push this as far as we can though. So let's try going to the right here. I hope this counts. Can be a bit fiddly to make sure we get this in the right location sometimes. I'm hoping further forward we can go the better here. There we go. That light that says it's okay. So that will give us a mobile quarry now to here. It's better than nothing. I can't see any sand closer than that. Otherwise we'd use that area, but I can't see anything that would count. No. So what we'll do on the edge of this, we need to put a large dumper, and that would increase that radius. The only thing is we'll need to keep swapping back and forth, because they need to refill every time. So where is this one? This one's already here. So we'll jump into this one. So this needs to be on the edge of that circle, and then that will be a mobile quarry in itself. We may need to use all our heavy dumpers for this, depending how this goes. So the actual sand lane is quite a big distance, and we don't have the quarries nearby to do it. So this is just a bit of problem solving, essentially. Thanks for liking, much appreciated. Okay, edge of the sand area is over here. Again, we need to be in the radius to refill. And I don't know if we can get the AI to lay the sand because it will keep stopping, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Right, where are we? Okay, we're on right on the edge. That's what I mean. This is going to take forever. Even if we put... Because look how the radius that the dumpers have is tiny. Really. So the next one goes here, and we'll go to around here. And we've got to lay this road all the way through here. Other than keep driving back to refill, that's going to take forever, isn't it? I don't... okay. There's no sand around the railway station, is there? We haven't seen. Because although some places look sandy, the minute you try and put a scalper there, it will just say no. So it is very particular about what you can use, but I can't see anything that could say there's no quarry around that we've missed, otherwise we'd see the circle of it. That's the thing. This is just going to be a nightmare back and forth though, because you're barely going to lay anything before running out of sand. It's a lot of water to get through there as well. That's the thing. So the start point of this is back down here, which is where we were going to start anyway. Yeah, that start point is... I don't know how this is going to work. Just because we don't... There's going to be a lot of dumpers just to do a small amount. That's the weird thing. What have we got? We've got another one there, which will increase that circle a little. Because that's whatever the next one we've got to put is here. Should be another small circle here, and that's it. One more thing we're going to do is start. Let's quickly drive this forward and just see if the AI will do it without being able to refill. Because if you watch the AI lay sand, it doesn't show it refilling. But I don't know if it will do it if it can't refill. If that makes sense. But there's definitely nowhere that I can see that we can utilise that's closer. Which I'm surprised by. Because you'd think there would be. But there doesn't seem to be anything nearby that we can use. Well, they're saying that. There's sand there. Even that's too far away, I think. Look at the circle we gained from that. There is sand looking at it here. But even then, I don't think that circle's me anywhere near here. That's my only concern. Does look like sand though, doesn't it? Normally if there's a quarry there and we haven't activated it, similar to up here, you would still see the circle. But we're not. What I think we need to quickly do is check out that there. Because if we can get a scalper there, we can at least try it, that's the thing. What have we got vehicle-wise? That's a crane, I don't want the crane. Just need a quick scout vehicle to go and have a look. You're not out and about, no. Quickly jump in the muck, and we'll go and quickly check out where the sand is. I want to know, is it viable to use? Because if it is, then we'll try it and see how far it reaches. I don't think it's going to reach a massive amount, but it may be something, when something's better than nothing. I did say I'm expecting to finish this map today, but it seems like the road that will slow us down. That's exactly what I said earlier. Yeah, we're going to head there, so we come out of here, and then we're just going to try and get to there. Maybe through here, maybe. And then we may have to buy a second scalper just to see. Which, if we do, if we buy a second one, it's not the end of the world. But again, it's got to be able to get there, that's the thing. This thing has a bit of speed, but it's, once you try and steer with its speed, it's not fun. Right. So there's a little opening coming up on our left hand side here. That's the bit we're going to go through. Again, we have to get a scalper through here. That's the other thing we've got to think about. Can a scalper drive through here? Because if not, it's not going to work, is it? I'm definitely not a fan of this, of the mutt, as much as some of the other vehicles we use for scouts. I think the scalper will get through. It's quite an open bit to the trees. Yeah. Definitely sand here. It actually looks like an old quarry. That's what it looks like. I don't think it's a quarry we can activate though. Does this count as sand or is it mud? That's the only thing. I think that is definitely sand. But again, how big is the circle that will give us? That's the circle we currently get off the scalper, which isn't the widest. I don't think we'll get much out of it, will we? Even if we put it on the edge, we're going to go to roughly here, which is nowhere near where the road is. So even that isn't really going to help us, annoyingly. How do we... Can't see any way of doing this. I think we do what we're going to do. Test out. If that was an actual quarry, that would help massively. I think we test something with the AI first and see if it will lay the sand. I've got a feeling it will stop. But there's nothing else around that's going to help us. As I say, even if there was a quarry hidden in the trees over here, we would still see the outline of the quarry, like this one. We haven't activated. Right, let's quickly drive this heavy dumper and just see if the AI will do it. If it does, brilliant. If it doesn't, we'll stick to our plan of convoying heavy dumpers, essentially. And even then, I don't know. That's the thing. This is going to take a while. There's always something that was going to slow us down today, and I think we found it. Fully expecting to finish this map today, and now I'm not so sure. Okay, so we're going to set this through the road. The AA will probably stop once it's empty. We shall see. It's a little bit of a cheese because we're not doing it ourselves. But we shall see. Okay, pressing the vehicle to start. That's already doing it. Right, let's see what it does. It may stop once it's empty. I don't know. It's actually showing the sand coming out of it. Normally I don't think you see the sand come out. What's it doing? Getting stuck in the water by the looks of things. Okay, that's not helpful. How is it already stuck? It's not done anything. Vehicle got stuck during road construction. Yeah, I saw. Okay, how do I... Cancel road. This is the... I didn't realize this is actually the rusty dumper, to be fair. Let's see what it does this time. Probably if I cancel road, it will start from the beginning again. So obviously we don't want it to do. I don't quite understand what it's doing. The whole point of letting it do it for us was to see if it can manage without being able to refill. Because there's no quarry nearby, I fully expected it to have to refill. It's running low though. It looks like it's going to do the route around the refill. But it is running out. Well, it's done more than I expected it to do. Because I fully expected it to run out of sand. Okay. Well, if that's doing what it's meant to do, let's jump into... This is the rusty version, it is, I think, isn't it? Instead of driving something all the way here, we'll just use the rusty version. Is it stopped? No, it's still going. I fully expected that to not do it because of the lack of quarries nearby. I expected it to run out of sand. It hasn't. So despite, other than getting stuck right at the start, we will go and lay it, spread the sand out, I suppose. It will tell us if it fails and we'll stop, but currently there is still a chance it gets stuck in the water. It is the rusty version, just because it was the closest one to it. Hence why this is a rusty version as well. But yeah, pleasantly surprised with that. It's like I say, it's a little bit of a cheese. We generally don't like doing it that way. But this will take us a hell of a long time to try and convoy sand all the way there otherwise. So this is kind of making the best out of the situation, really. Well, I fully expected it not to work, to be honest. I expected the AI to say, no, can't refill, do it yourself. But it didn't. Okay, we'll spread behind it, see how far we get. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. That's the bit I'm hoping, but we shall see. We still need to get our road equipment here. I don't know where our asphalt layer is and where our roller is just yet. We need to have a look. It's where we last did a road, essentially. And then after this mission, this will complete the final infrastructure mission, and then there'll be 2 main missions to go. This also may actually build on this and go for a second mission afterwards. But they may add to this one, because this is meant to be a way to excavate the scrap. They could build on this mission and add to it, that's the thing. I think the dumper's run out of sand, because it's now not laying any. I don't know why it's driving all the way over there for, but it is not laying sand anymore, it's run out. So what we expected to happen, kind of, although it did a lot more than I expected it to do. So it laid sand all that way in one load. There's no way we could do that, to be fair. I think this is just going to drive to there now. So what we need to do, I need to stop it and get it to go back to over here. Cancel road. Alright, it's parked all the way over there. I didn't want it that side. That was the one side I didn't want it. I wanted it over this side. Right, what we can do though is refill a second one. Because if it's a case of we just need to refill it every time it runs out, that's not too bad. I don't want the Amatsu, it holds less. So we want another heavy dumper, essentially. Which will be this one. Where are you? Well, you're miles away, aren't you? Okay, we may need to bring that forward. We've got the forest base is the closest, to be fair. Can we get through there? Maybe. Right, forest base, we'll recall our dumper from where it is. The heavy dumpers carry more than the bowhead, so I think heavy dumpers definitely already go. We get this to the start location, and it shouldn't lay sand where sand is already laid. So it should just drive on that sand and then start putting sand down from the bit that needs sand next. in theory. That is the hope and the plan. Whether it will complete it, probably not. We may have to drive it back to fill up and then go again. I'm amazed at how much it did lay though, in one load. We would not be able to do that ourselves. We'd never get that amount done. In fact, we wouldn't even get very far at all. So I'm impressed with how far it went. So it doesn't, so you can't just let it, and this, we're only finding this out very late on, because generally we don't cheese anything. Not on purpose anyway. The convoy wasn't our fault. Can we get through there? We tighten it. Push the tree. Essentially trying to take a shortcut. Yeah. If we go through here, I'm trying to get to here essentially, just to save us driving all the way around. To be fair, it may have been quicker just to drive all the way around. Lack of visibility doesn't help. Right, that's where we're going to. I think it's on our right. I could have just used the road and gone all the way around, to be fair. I thought this might be quicker. Admittedly, if we can knock the trees down, it will be. There we go, tree down. Right, I think we head up here, don't we? We're just getting to the start point of the road, then resetting, there you go again. We may then still have to go and drive it back again afterwards, potentially. We shall see. Depends how far it gets with one load, that's the thing. But after what it's done already, I would expect this to get quite close to being done in one, the way it's looking. I'm still surprised at how much it did lay before saying, no, I'm done. I'm full, I'm empty. Not full, the opposite full. This is the same as though if we'd actually have to keep refilling ourselves, to be fair. We start to drive it here, haven't we? Curious what the final two missions will be as well. And I'm also looking forward to trying out the I'm looking forward to trying out the modded map that I've had a look at. Well, I haven't looked at the map itself, I've downloaded it. I actually haven't looked at what it entails, to be fair, but there wasn't much choice, shall we say. And other than the exploit ones where you're trying to get money or XP, it seems to be the most complete map of actually just doing jobs, essentially. Where's the dumper? This is already flattened, so why is that having issues? I want to spectate it there. As I say, we've already flattened it out. I think it was maybe that just start point that's struggling with a bit. We've already flattened the sand. There shouldn't be any issue for it. It's really struggling. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not... Unless it's checking to make sure there's enough sand there, potentially, and that's why it's going side to side. That's a bit weird. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that's weird. It must just be checking to make sure there's enough sand in the area that it needs. Because at this point it could just be driving straight. Straightened up a bit now. Still going a little bit to the left though, isn't it? Because if I hadn't flattened it, it wouldn't be able to drive over it. So I've just not seen it act like that before. Right, we'll swap to our vehicle anyway, because we can then follow this, essentially. We'll follow behind. We'll know when it runs out of sand. I don't know if it will make it. It may even need a push. We may get stuck in the water. We don't know. That's the thing. Right, there we go. I don't want to be too close to it, to be fair. I'm hoping it gets somewhere near the amount it laid the first time. Or it's already going off course. This is deep water as well, that's the thing. Obviously if it drowns, that's the problem. Managing so far. I don't know if it'll make it to the end or not. We may need to reset it, I'm not sure. I think it might be close, to be fair. Is there enough? I'm sure there's not enough sand here to put a road on here. There is no way there's enough sand here for a road. It won't lay asphalt in this bit, surely. There is no way there's enough sand there. I don't think we'll be able to asphalt that bit. We may have to come and do that bit ourselves again, because I don't think it's possible to touch the asphalt on there. To be fair, none of this is enough. Yeah, I think that needs a whole other load there. I just think it's too deep. It's showing yellow. It is showing like it's done, but there's no way we'll be able to put asphalt on that. It's just water. I suppose we could give it a go and see, but I can't see it allowing us to. Will this get to the end though is the question. Or will we need to reset? If we have to reset it once, I think what we may do is manually do it. There we go. We'll just staying there. It's still quite a lot to go, isn't there? There's still quite a long way to go here till this is done. Right, let's jump. Leave that there for a minute. I want to cancel road. Where's it parked it? Is that, if that's the rusty, that's the. Oh, they're both together. Okay. Yeah. So what we do. This is the non-rusty version. We need to drive this back to go and refill, and then we'll set it off again. I'm a little bit concerned about that one bit, in all fairness. It doesn't seem like there's enough sand there to actually put some asphalt down, because you can still see the water. That's the thing. But this is supposedly saying it's fine. Yeah, I think it needs another load. Another layer essentially there. There's no way that's enough. What we'll do is we'll probably set this off and we'll drive back the other one to go and refill, and then we'll come back and redo that bit. I think that's our best bet. At least it's done. It's going to take 3 loads essentially for the AI to lay the sand for us, and we still have to be involved as well to make it work. So, you know, if we've got there slowly, it's not really been as much of a cheese as it could have been. We should have a refill just here coming up with our scalper. Are we in the zone? Yeah. While it's refilling, we can start driving back. We don't actually have to stay in the zone while it's filling, so that will save us a little bit of time. As I say, the aim is to finish the last DLC map 100% today, and then with 100% in every map then. And then start this mod map. But what we'll do as well, we'll go into the mod section and we'll show you what the choice was. as there isn't much choice. It surprised me how little, to be fair. But then I suppose it is quite a niche, isn't it, compared to like the farming simulator modding community, which is quite big and going on for a very long time. You know, it's been going a very long time. So from that side of things, I suppose it makes sense why the community for this isn't as big. Right, we're going to quickly jump into the rusty version. Is the rusty? This might actually not be the rusty. I think the other one might be. We will need to avoid it as it does the road. So depending where we meet it, we'll have to get out of its way. But we're going to manually put down sand on that bit where the water is, because I don't think there's enough there. But it will take its time getting here, because we saw it snake previously, but it should start laying sand again around this area. Well, that's not working. There you go. Hopefully we meet at a point we can actually just drive off the actual sand. I can see it coming up there. Hoping to get through this bit next bit before it meets us. Because yeah, we'll put a bit more sand here, there's no way it's enough. Right, we do need to get out this way here. There we go. It's still laying a bit of sand down, isn't it? Weirdly. That's what's taking its time, is it is still laying some sand. Like it still feels like it has to. But there you go. It's still doing what we need to do at least. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. And then we know this new update's coming in March. Obviously, we don't know what date in March the new update's coming with new maps, part of a new DLC. We also don't know how I'm going to be, because we haven't meant to have the off at the start of March. Although I've been told the date, I've had no confirmation of that as of yet. So we don't know if we're going to be able to stream release of DLC, or we'll have to wait till we've recovered fully first. We don't know at this point. Same as we don't know how much time I've asked them to take a lot of time off work, because we know for the first week at least I'm going to be a mess. I'm not allowed to bend or anything like that, in case, because you've got to wait until the scar tissue surrounds the device to make it stay in place, so any bending can move it. And then we have to go back a week late. At the end of that week, to have it actually turned on. They turn it off in the op. They do everything else while you're under. They turn it off for you to recover at home before they turn it on. It's all really weird and confusing, but yeah, that's something we need to think about. But we won't. So that first week, I don't know what's going to happen. So hopefully the DLC releases end of March, and by that point we're all good and back again, and it's all good. That's the hope anyway. I don't want it to release early March and we can't do it on release. That'd be annoying. Drive off. Okay, so we're doing this one ourselves only because we want to lay some more sand down in this water area, because I don't think we're going to be able to put asphalt here. But we need to try and make this last all the way across. Well, it's a small gap. But yeah, I don't think asphalt will go here very easily. I know it shows it as done, but you can see the water. Hoping we had just enough sand there. May just be enough. You can now see the sand at least, whereas we couldn't before. Right, let's drive this off. We're going to jump back into this. It's nearly finished over there. Hopefully it's got enough sand to finish. We'll know more in a second when it's done, I'm sure. We'll quickly go and flatten this bit out that we just did, and then we'll chase back after it as well. hoping it's got enough sand to do what it needs to do. And then we just need to get the asphalt layer here. Which I'm not too sure what it is, to be fair. We may have to use the heavy transporter to get that on the roll here, depending on how far away they are. Okay. We'll turn this round. So now we can definitely lay asphalt here. You can see the water's now, the sand is above the water level this time. Whereas the first time it wasn't, so at least that's done. Right, we need to follow this now. There is a concern, again, it's going to miss a bit. But I think it has. In that middle area. I don't know what it is, it's the deep water I think. I think it thinks it's put enough down because it tells it has. But the water level makes it so it doesn't go enough, put enough down there, I'd say. But it says there's enough sand there because the amount of sand it's put down is enough. But actually, it's not enough, as we can see. I'm hoping there's some sand left over because then we can put it in ourselves. It's empty, we've got to go and pick up some more sand to do it one little bit. Or we could drive the Aramatsu instead, because we can fill that up on the way, it's not too far away. There's always that opportunity maybe. A big old road, it's longer than you think this road, to be fair. Does it have any sand left? That's the first question. That would be a tiny bit, I don't know if that's enough. Let's jump in it. It's got a tiny bit. We don't need much though, that's the thing. This bit here, we do not need much. Well, probably more than it's got actually. I don't think it's enough. Nope, not enough. Where's the bowhead? The bowhead is here. Refill points here. Yeah, let's quickly go and grab the boat. No, let's just drive this, it's fine. Already in it. So we're just going to quickly go and refill one more time. We've got to fill in that bit. I don't think asphalt will go there because it's underwater. So just to be safe, I don't want it to say the road's not done properly or it won't complete because of that. We'll just grab some more sand, put it down in that water bit, and then we'll re-flatten it. And then it's a case of get the asphalt to here, asphalt layer, sorry, and roller. I've got a feeling they may be nearby, but I can't quite remember where we last did the road, to be fair. Thank you for the like, but much appreciated. But we are close. As I say, once the road's done, that's all the infrastructure missions done. So then the side mission's fully done. There'll be 2 more missions after this. There's no guarantee this is it. There may be a convoy route we need to do after this. It's part of this mission potentially. Though actually we can't, because that would be infrastructure, wouldn't it? So it means there won't be a convoy. Although we may need to take materials potentially. Don't know. If there's no infrastructure missions left, that means there's no convoy routes left to do. Although it did bug out on the last one, to be fair. That's a good point actually. So yeah, there'll just be 2 missions. Whatever the missions will be, we don't know. It won't be cable laying or anything like that, or road building. Because if that's all the infrastructure missions 100%, it may just be deliver stuff. Maybe. This road is here for a reason though. This is so we can take the scrap from the oil well. That's not the right word I'm after. From the other place, the oil pump, oil drill. One of those anyway. Because we took it apart in the last stream. Basically, we just had to Get certain parts there to take it apart. So I'm assuming this road is then, it says to get rid to excavate the scrap, so take the scrap to the railway station, so we can ship it out of here essentially. Okay, so we're just going to put some sand down just so it's above the water level essentially here. My sand lane won't be anywhere near as good as the AI, but as long as we make it so it fills up. That's the aim. I think we missed a bit, potentially. Kind of got a bit squiff at the start of this bit, so we didn't quite lay what I wanted there. Let's try this again. Okay, that should be enough. Hopefully. We're empty anyway. I think that should be enough. But we'll see in a second. We'll flatten that, and then we just need to deal with the asphalt layer and the roller getting here. So it's quite a big road, to be fair. It would have taken us a lot longer if we'd done that manually though, because the amount we'd lay and then have to keep refilling, whereas the AI seems to be able to do quite a lot without refilling. Whereas we'd have to refill quite a few times to get this done. There's no active quarry nearby, so it would have been a lot of back and forth, I think, to make this work. Now, when you see this bit from now, you do see water, but I think it's enough. Look what this bit is. So it's still showing water there, isn't it? I don't know if that's enough. It's still showing water. I know it says yellow, so it says there's enough sand there, but you can see how deep we go when we're pushing the sand. Well, actually, no. So you can see that. So when you look at it, it looks like you can see the sand. It's under the water, but the sand is there. So maybe we can, it's just like water sitting on the surface. Maybe, I don't know. We'll do the asphalt and see what happens. I think it will work because it looks like the sand is sitting just under water level. We see on some of the paths where the water's on the path, but it's okay. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of vehicles, where is the asphalt layer? That's the first question. The Arding Roadworks, where are you? Right, you're all the way over there, so we need to bring this from here upwards. And nearest point of call is going to be over here, isn't it? And then we need to get across. Okay, we're a little bit away from where we actually would be ideal, really, to be fair. Yeah. Do we use rollers nowhere near either? I think we use the heavy transporter. I think that's the better option here. If we get the heavy transporter out, we'll load it up with the asphalt layer and the roller, and hopefully that'll save us a little bit of time. Right, where's the heavy transporter? Yeah, I think that is the best option, to get both vehicles there at a decent time. Loading them onto this is our best option. So we want our Arding Roadworks 120 special. To be fair, we want that loaded up second, don't we, really? No, we'll load up first. I think it's always easier to load this one first and load the roller last. When we've done previously. Why can't I get on that ramp? There we go. Now we can, because there was an update a while back now where you can actually strap vehicles down. You couldn't do that when we first started this. Now you can, because before you could strap vehicles, this was a nightmare. That way. Roller, the Arling Roadworks 750R. Arling Roadworks doing all their work. Right, we'll get this loaded, and then we can get to where we need to go. And get this road finished. So I'm hoping the water bit, I think, will be okay. I think we definitely needed a second layer. Got to get this on straight, otherwise it won't go on. Not driven a heavy transporter the whole time on this map. Now we need to. Right at the end. Come on. There we go. So we should... I didn't need to come out of that, we could have done it ourselves, but... Can't just get in wheel position. What's... Okay. Yeah, it's not strapping down the roller. I think it's just because it's not straight enough. Essentially. Need that back end to come round. Okay, let's try this again. You've got to get the right angle, otherwise it won't allow it. It might actually be easier reversing it on, to be fair. I've never really had an issue before trying to load this on there. I don't get why I'm suddenly having an issue now, to be fair. Because the ramp is slightly too shallow, not shallow, it's not wide enough. Not wide, it's too wide for the wheels, essentially, on the roller. Double weight, double weight. Pull that strap now, let's see. It's saying not, but actually, let's put the ramp up. Is it strapped? Now it is. Yeah, now it says it's strapped now. We'll find out when something pulls off, I'm sure. It's saying it's on. So let's get driving to where we need to go. I won't take any risks, but I think we can still cut across rather than go all the way the long way round. But we'll use a different cut across than what we did previously. Otherwise it's quite a long journey round that we don't really need to do. This thing is okay. We don't use it very often because it lacks that grunt that you'd expect from a heavy transporter. It always feels like it's underpowered, which is not something you'd expect for something that takes big cargo. Generally why we don't use it. I'm looking forward to seeing the new Wrecking Ball that's coming in the DLC in March. That'll be interesting. My only concern with the Wrecking Ball would be, it'd be fun to use it, but what you destroy, what happens to it? Because if it just disappears like some of the trees do when you drive into them, knock them down, it'd be a bit of a disappointment, I think. I wouldn't even mind the materials being separated into parts and you have to pick them up maybe. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't want it just to knock a building down, it disappears, job done. I think that's a little bit weak. That's what they do, but hopefully they don't. We'll know more when it actually releases. They haven't given too much information away other than the fact that the Wrecking Ball is coming. Okay, so we can cut through here onto that track there is my thinking. The only thing is the turning circle of this could possibly be problematic. There isn't a cut through slightly over here. Might be alright actually. I always struggle with the turning of something like this. I always find that I mess it up when it comes to trying to get the angle right to get through somewhere. And the trailer then gets stuck because I turn too tightly. Essentially, that's what I struggle with. I think we're okay here though. There we go. And then the road we want to go on is to our right. We can actually unload in a second and we'll be there. It wasn't too bad getting across, to be fair. If we'd driven them manually, I think it would have taken a while, especially the asphalt lag, because it can be very temperamental when it comes to gradients. I haven't looked to see if both things are still on the back. I'm hoping they are. But we'll know in a minute. Hopefully nothing's fallen off. Right, we head to the right here. Basically parked here. Ramp down, unstrap. Rollers on first, we need to take that off first. Yep, both are still there. It's always a plus when the things you're carrying actually arrive when you want them to. Okay, obviously that's for afterwards. Asphalt layer. Probably should have reversed this on, to be fair, but should be able to get off. That drop there, that can, depending where you're actually starting, that if it's in a little bit of a dip, that can be an issue. We could obviously get the AI to do this for us. We never do. I do anything the AI ever does on roads for us is sand, just because it's better at laying it than I am. I think that's what we do ourselves. So we get the asphalt laid. It would only take once up, basically a one time to get it done. It shouldn't need any more than that. Looking at the width of the road, you don't really need to extend the width. The roller may take 2 runs depending how much this extends out. Yeah, we should be able to get this in one, the asphalt at the very least. And as I say, it'd be interesting to see what it does with the water area. We know there's sand there, you can see the sand, but the water sits on top of it. Even with 2 loads of sand in that one place. So it'd be interesting what it does there. It's actually behaving really well at the minute. I might have jinxed it. Normally it can be a bit jittery and have issues turning and things whilst laying the asphalt, but actually not so bad. That's done a good job flattening it. Otherwise we probably would have issues. Oh, there's a little bump there. There we go. I think this is where some sand fell out accidentally when we were doing this, the other load for the water, I think there. It's not me turning it, it's done it itself. Right, we are going to need to... It says that there's enough asphalt there to finish it, but I don't like leaving it half done. Make sure the asphalt is there. There we go. I said it has been behaving and then suddenly it didn't. There was a reason for that bit at least. Right, we'll just put a second bit of sand along this bit. There's the water as well. If it turns blue, the asphalt's in the right place and it's fine. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Maybe I'd roll this in one potentially. So we don't know what this road's going to be used for, and since there's no more convoys coming up, because we know there's no more infrastructure missions, then there's only us driving along here. That's not too bad. I don't need to make it wider because there's only no vehicles to kind of dodge along the route either, so that's always a bonus. So yeah, we might be able to roll it in one if we just stick to the middle. This is the water sitting on top of the sand. This will be the true test. If this doesn't work, we obviously need more sand. That's the thing. Let's see what happens. You can see the sand under there. It's just water on the surface. Yeah, it's not laying it, look. No. Won't lay asphalt where the water level is too high. Okay. We had to give it a chance. There was always a chance it would work. What we'll do, we'll finish off the laying, and then we're going to have to go and get some more sand. That's our only option there, really. I thought it may be okay. There's a small chance it would be, but obviously not. So we did 2 loads of sand on that one area though, and it's still not enough. Okay. It's turned around ready, because obviously we'll have to go back on ourselves. Chuck that there for a minute. Well, you can see the bit that's missing there. So we'll quickly jump in the dumper that's here. Turn it round. We'll quickly go and fill with sand and come back. I thought 2 loads was enough, and we could see the fact the sand was actually there, but it's not happy with it. So we need to quickly go and get another load of sand. Put some more down in that one bit. It was a risk, but I did think after 2 we'd be fine. Obviously not, it wasn't good enough. And also when yellow it said there was enough sand in that area, but the asphalt says nope, too deep, not doing it, go away. Oh, I didn't realise actually he missed a bit here as well. No he didn't, that's a shadow. I thought he'd missed another bit, but no, it's a shadow. Can't be good for the tyres driving over hot asphalt, to be fair. Right, we just need to go over that crest ahead of us, and then we should be able to refill sand and start coming back. Just when you think it's done. One small issue. It was one of those, it was either go and do it before we started laying asphalt, because we could see the water was slightly on top, and it would have been a waste, or we don't do it, and we still go back and do it. Either way, I think we was going to mess up somewhere. Well, it will take more time no matter what. Okay, let's turn around. There should be enough in one load. It's already had 3 lots down, or 2 lots down. Sorry. Should be enough. Right. But it's about 3/4 of the way through the route. Put the sand over the water, well, over the water, under the water. That's where you want to look at it. Where the water is, essentially. So close to being done, and one tiny thing slows us down. This is why, although I think we'll finish the map today, I don't know how much time we'll have on the mod map, because of obviously how long things take. So, it doesn't happen. Kind of went off the road. Can't get back on the road. Lost too much. Can't get back on. I went slightly 2 wheels off, and now I can't get back on. And I'm losing the sand as well. I don't know if this is going to be enough now. Don't drown it. Just want to get back on over here. That tree branches, I think. Can we get back on? No. Come on. Be flat enough. Well and truly messed that up. Don't tip any more out. Okay, we're back on. Then started too fast, took the corner a little bit wrong, lost the wheel over the edge, and then yeah, couldn't stay on. Hopefully we've got enough sand still. We'd have to go back and do another load. Yeah, that was a slight error of judgment. Right, this is the bit we need more sand. So needs to be to the point you can't see water. that, hopefully, just about enough. If we can see water, it won't be enough. We've got to flatten it first. Right, let's get this out of the way. Obviously, this can't be blocking it, otherwise we won't be able to roll it or anything. Fingers crossed that actually is enough. Okay. We need to flatten it first. No, I've just damaged the road. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to get off sand flattening so we could get there, and I pressed it too many times. It's the first time we've damaged any road that we've done. Ah, okay. We'll deal with that in a second. Silly mistake on me. Why am I making the mistakes right when we're nearly done here? Okay, we need the water not to show through, because then I think it will let us lay the asphalt. Yeah, I think that's enough. Ah, hang on. I might have screwed that up again by turning the way I just did. Now we can see water there. I fixed it. Ah, it's not going well. To finish off this road, it's not going well, is it? Right, this has all gone a bit haywire here as well. Let's try and flatten that out. Now there's a bit of a bump there. Yeah, that is a hell of a bump. It's the first time I've ever damaged asphalt with lathe, and it's the wrong time to do it. I don't even know if it'll allow me to lay on that. I can't flatten it, I can't do anything with it. We'll see how it goes. I may have to screw this up a little bit more than I would have wanted to. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to re-asphalt the bit where the water was, and we'll try and fix that little divot we just made. Pressing the button too many times to change from flattening to marching. And accidentally went to asphalt construction instead. Just annoying. Okay, so this is the bit we need to lay asphalt on just here. There is still some water showing, so I'm not sure if this will fully do it. Obviously, if it turns blue, it will be enough. And I think if it turns blue, it may even fix some of the issues. Sometimes it does. So whether it turns blue or not. Yeah, no. One tiny little bit is saying no to. So let me reverse this bit quickly. Yeah, it's not liking that bump at all. Don't want this to get stuck. Just trying to go over that bump that's there. But it doesn't like it. And yeah, it's not gone blue there, so we're going to need more sand again. It's annoying. One little bit is causing us the issue. Just trying to fix this bit too. Laid asphalt there, it's a little bit bumpy, but it's done it. Just going to quickly try and go back over this, but I don't think it's going to allow it. It is the water that's the problem. It's just slightly low in one area. It's just not enough for it to say there's enough asphalt there. Just going to try a bit more to the edge. There we go. I did wonder if we did the edge a little bit, maybe it would allow it, and it has. Okay, now we just need to roll it. Oh, one road bit causing us issues. And as I say, I was expecting to get done today, but I didn't know how long things would take. We don't know what the final two main missions are either. That's the other thing. Right, let's see if we can chuck this out of the way, and then we can roll that road. That's job done. We'll find out what the two final missions are, and see where we go from there. We did clear 3 different spaces for new buildings. We never had to take anything else to them. There is a chance we have to take materials to them 3 areas, maybe. I don't know. It won't be replacing pipes, it won't be doing a road or convoy because no infrastructure missions are left. So it'll be something else. It'll be something either to get somewhere or deliver something, because they're not infrastructure missions. Okay, roller's on. I still can't believe we have to actually put roller on now. Back when we started this, there was no such thing as putting roller on. Right, we stay in the middle, we can do this in one. And so there's no convoy for this route, so we don't need to try and avoid anything. Normally, we go down the left side, come back on the right hand side, and that's fine. We don't need to, because it's just us using it. So staying in the middle is not easy. And also when you do a road and you haven't extended it more than what it wants you to, when it completes, it does kind of finish off little blemishes and things for you. I've seen that happen in the past. I do like to get as much done ourselves and make it so we've done it as much as we can, but yeah, it does sometimes fix little blemishes and stuff. It's unusual not to have to go down each side. We're so used to extending the width of these so we can pass traffic. It's so weird knowing we don't have to. Right, we're getting there. We're getting to the section now that's causing us a few issues due to the water level and the sand and everything else. This will be the silly bump we made. Can't believe we made that error as well. Will it go green? Is it? Perfect. Right, this is the bit with the water that was a pain. We got there in the end. Ah, that's interesting. It didn't go green. So it took us a while to get it to go blue, and now it won't go green. Go to the edge and see if that helps. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's not perfect because of that water, and I don't think it will fix it for us when it does this bit. But for some reason we just couldn't get the right amount of sand there. It's weird, one little bit causes all them issues. Right, that should be road complete. There we go. So it kind of fixed it underneath our feet. That's why we had a little bit of a jolt there. So that is 100% of the infrastructure missions complete now. There is none left, and there won't be any more. Same as side missions. So install the last flare stack is our next main mission. This is the penultimate main mission on the map. The final flare stack has been fixed at the repair shop. Now it's time to repair the oil treatment facility and resume production. Transport the flare stack from the shop and install it on site. So we've done this previously. There's the crane we'll use. We need to take a flare stack from over here and deliver it to here and then install it with the crane. Fairly simple. And we have a vehicle we can use here to pick up the flare stack. Now, if you haven't seen what the flare stacks look like, you should be able to see it in a second. It's that long thing just there. And they just sit on top of the pipes. I think it's to allow the gas to escape from when they're drilling the oil. I think also some of the flames come out as well. I'm not 100% au fait with what they do, but I think there's something on them lines, allowing the gas to vent and stuff. I'll relay it down. There we go. Right, we're ready to rumble. We need to go this way. So we just need to head to the oil facility that's there. The oil treatment plant, I think it's called. Which means following our road here, taking the left. We could try and cut through, but I just don't think it's worth the effort when we just drive round. You may as well play it safe to a degree. I mean, it won't take as long to get there. And then after this mission, there is one final mission. We just don't know what it is yet. It's keeping us in suspense by giving us one at a time. Of course, we know what it won't be, but it's what will it be. I still wonder why we cleared 3 areas of forest for new buildings, but yet nothing's been built there. Seems a bit weird. You'd expect something to go there, wouldn't you? But we haven't been asked to take materials or anything there. So I don't quite understand. It seems like a silly mission that doesn't quite work if you don't finish off what you were starting with. You know, it's the same as this road actually, to be fair. When we had the mission for this, it was clear the area for a road. But the actual road building part never came up as a mission. We just did it because it helped us. It never actually came up as a mission, weirdly. And I think it's similar with them 3 areas. Cleared all the trees and debris, but have yet to actually do anything in them areas. And I can't see the last mission being that. So that's a bit weird. We've had our issues with this map. Out of all the maps we've done in the base game and DLC, this is the one we've had the issues with in terms of glitches and bugs. You know, the convoys auto-completing on their own. Try and lay the route out, and it already starts without you laying the route out, and then completes without you doing anything. It kind of takes away from the shine of the game a little bit, because it means you haven't done it all yourself. And yeah, it's just annoying. I don't quite understand what's happening with that. But it's done. There's not much we can do about it now. Do I need to go up there to pick it up? I think I do. I just want to go over and pick it up from down here, but I don't think I can. Saying that, no, I don't know. There's no point risking it, is there? Let's just drive up. I may have been able to pick off the back of us from above, but just in case, we'll just take it up anyway. Okay, up and over the bridge. I'm glad we can actually build bridges again, because this map is the only map where you can't build normal bridges. Bridge layers are you go to it, or your only thing you can use, to be fair. That's why we have so many of them. Because it didn't tell us for a while that you can actually make more bridges to go on your bridge layers. So we were just buying new bridge layers when we needed done the bridge. I think we had 6 at one point. I think we're down to 4 now. We had a lot. Okay, that'll do. Unhook into the crane. Now we haven't used these cranes a lot, so you know we could sometimes have issues directing it. There we go. So we need this right at the top, and then we need to lift it higher. No, won't clever that one, because it is quite high up where this needs to go. Let's get to where we need to be, and then we see what the final mission is. Can't go any higher than that either. Come on. That is as high as that goes. And I can't get it on there. There we go. Mission complete. Flare stack is done. There we go. There's the fire coming out. We'll just move the crane high. Transport the oil batch to the railway. Last and final mission for the map to 100% it. Transport the oil batch to the railway is a final mission. So oil production is back online, just one more job, and then you can finally take a well-deserved break. The first batch of oil is ready at the oil treatment facility, but the route to the railway station needs work. Build a road in the facility. Hang on, that was a previous mission. Deliver the batch to the station. It's the last thing we're asking, I promise. We've already built the road. As it told us to. Okay. Well, easy peasy then. Jump in the vehicle, drive it there, over a brand new road. The oil's in the back of this little van. Okay. Yeah, I do think this map, I don't know whether it's gone wrong a little bit or you know, the first DLC map was absolutely fine. We didn't have any issues. The missions all made sense. This one seems to be telling you to do something after you've done it, whereas that's a little bit odd. Like the building the road. Surely then the building the road bit we did, which was a main mission, should have been part of this mission. Jake, good morning. How are you? Or Jake man, sorry. How are you this morning? Hope you're well. Yeah, it seems a bit weird that it's saying in the description build a road, but yet we did it as a part of a previous mission. So I think there's been some errors made slightly with this DLC, on top of the little bugs we've had. Going a little bit too quick. Looking at chat, I'm not looking where I was going. All 3 stacks. No, all 3 of them. So there's a previous mission for the other 2, and then that mission there, the penultimate mission, was the final one, the 3rd. So yeah, previous main mission was to pick up the 2 stacks from the repair centre and take them and put them in place. That's why the crane was already up and running the way it was because the previous 2 were done. And then yeah, it left the 3rd one until then, for whatever reason. Maybe it got fixed the last, I don't know. But yeah, it did them as 2 separate missions, 2 together and 1 on its own. $400,000 in the bank as well. We own at least one of every vehicle, bar 1 or 2 vehicles which are tiny, to be fair. Actually, it's a good point. Before we finish this map, because when we do, it will take us off. Before we finish the map, I'm just going to do one little thing. I'm going to go and quickly buy the vehicles we don't have. I know we're going to do a mod map, but I just want to make sure we've got one of every vehicle. So any vehicle we don't currently own, we're buying. The reason we haven't bought them is because they've been no use, or we just don't have any use for them. This dump truck is tiny. Capacity is only 5 tons, so again, it's not something we'd need or use, so we didn't buy it until now. And then, I was going to say, I've seen a lot of autocomplete stuff as of late from previous playthroughs. What do you mean by autocomplete? We haven't done any autocomplete, other than the bugs we've had with the convoys, to be fair. Other than that, I don't think we've done a single autocomplete. We always try and get anything we deliver to the point as near as possible. I'm on road stuff, that's why. Right, bridge layer there, we have 3 of them. We need a truck. Again, something we haven't used, haven't needed to. There's been no real need to use that, to be fair. The single cargo truck will buy that as well. Again, hasn't got a crane, doesn't really have a use. The other cargo truck for the Voron, again, without a crane, it kind of becomes pointless and not useful. Yeah, them. Oh, what the stacks? Yeah, so I don't think we've auto-completed anything. Other than, like I say, the bug. We had a couple of bugs with the convoys, and that's it. Oh yeah, so I think that's a bug with this one DLC map. I've not had it on any other map throughout the base game and DLC until this one. And it's happened 3 times. Although one of those actually bugged out to the point we had to reload the save and then do the route, and it was fine. So only 2 auto-completed. But we had no choice. Once you start laying the route, the vehicle starts, you can't do anything. But yeah, for some reason, 2 of them did it. And the 3rd one made us reload. Again, the MTK Prosecco 200. Haven't really needed it. Without a crane, it becomes a little bit useless. What else have we got? We haven't brought everything there. The cargo grab crane truck, again. It's got a crane, but it's not really good. It's a grabber crane. It can't carry much, it's only 2 ton. So again, not really very useful, hence why we don't have it. The SAR truck we're driving now, there's been no reason to use it. It's got a winch, but why would you use it when you can use other vehicles? The log grabber loader. Again, when you've got vehicles that can carry the logs and take them to your destination with a crane already on it, why would you need something separate? Doesn't really make sense in my eyes, but we'll buy it anyway. Whole game and it's doing it. I reported to the dev. So yes. Oh, the whole game is doing it to you, is it? Oh wow. Yeah. So we've only had it for two missions, and that's it. And it's only on this map. That's the only ones we've had it happen. Another cargo truck, slightly bigger than some of the others, but again, no crane. Another SAR truck. Again, one we've not used, haven't really needed to. Got a winch, but other than that, it's pointless. The log grabber loader. I like the crayfish to actually cut down trees, but just for loading up logs seems pointless once again because you can have vehicles that can actually carry the logs. And I think that's it. No, the fuel truck. We're nearly out of money actually. Fuel truck. Again, we haven't had a mission or anything that's needed a fuel truck. That's really been added. So after we'd started the game and basically nearly finished the base game, they introduced a DLC and an update that added in fuel, added in damage. So unless we restarted the whole game from scratch, we couldn't add fuel into the maps. So it meant we wouldn't run out of fuel. That's what that's for. It's if you put the fuel usage on, you could run out, and that's what that vehicle's for essentially. But we can add it into our playthrough because it came after we'd done everything else. Right, we now own one of every truck at the very least. So let's finish this map and be completely done with the DLC, and we'll then move on to the mod maps or the mod map of the scene. So let's get this one finished first. I think the biggest disappointment with the DLC is Kelly. I think it really lacked that for trying to get you involved in what's going on. It needed Kelly talking to you about the missions. I think they definitely missed the trick, and I'm really hoping for the new DLC in March, Kelly is coming back. Because it doesn't kind of pull you in as much, the missions, as they did before. It's just that sense of personality that she brings to it. It kind of pulls you into the missions, gives you more of a reason to do things. But I do think they missed the trick with the DLC there. Other than that, I've really enjoyed the DLC and the new things it's added in. We didn't use the DLC vehicles till we were actually on the DLC itself. Transport the oil back to the railway complete. And that is the map 100% completed. Black Gold is also complete. We're done. You completed all the main objects on this map. New maps available. Map selection, they're not. You can return the hub to a slot, select a new unlock map on here, stay inside. Done all the side activities. Let's return to the hub and we'll just double check we're 100%. I know we are, but we'll just double check it. You got bored waiting for the DLC. It's coming in March, isn't it? The new one, new DLC. We know there's 2 maps. I think it is a Wrecking Ball, and that's all I've seen so far. But yeah, it's not coming to. We don't have a date in March. We just know it's March. Yeah, I think they need Kelly back. It just needs that personality when you're talking about what you got to do next. So there we go. 24 of 24 infrastructure requests done. 32 of 32 main objectives. 11 of 11 side. And that is the DLC now fully complete, 100%ed, alongside 100% base game. So, mod maps. We talked about this recently. Let's have a look at the mod browser. So these are the only maps you've got on here. I was disappointed actually by the amount. I thought there'd be more. Only up, you climb to the top of the world. It's a vehicle platformer, not our kind of thing. Simplified sandbox. Check out the infrastructure missions and vehicles in this small and clean map. Again, sounds too much like it's not going to be much to it. Contraband. And this is the one that really interests me, and this is the one we're going to be starting today. This looks really good. Welcome to Contraband, a remote and decaying mountain town where nature is slowly reclaiming what's left of civilization. Tucked between towering cliffs, thick pine forests, swampy lowlands, and a crumbling coastal highway, this map offers a rich variety of environments. I moved a bit too much there. Designed to test your skills in heavy machinery operation. Dynamic terrain. Okay, it moves a bit quick. I can't read it without moving it. Dynamic terrain. Drive through muddy swamps, steep mountain passes, cracked asphalt, and off-road paths littered with debris. Each route poses unique challenges, from traction loss to narrow turns and uneven ground. Mission variety. Take on scrapyard cleanup jobs, road construction repair tasks, and long-haul delivery missions across the region. So the actual thing to read it is moving quicker than I can read it when I press the button. Some deliveries will require planning and rerouting through the least damaged paths. Detailed environment explore a world filled with environmental storytelling, burned out vehicles, overgrown lots, abandoned buildings, rusting oil drums, and forgotten tools scattered throughout the town. Immersive atmosphere. The setting reflects years of decay and neglect. Power lines hang low, structures are partially collapsed, and nature begins to take over the roads. Coastal winds and foggy mornings bring the world to life. Whether you're building new roads through the swamp or navigating tight switchbacks along a cliffside, Contraband is built to challenge your coordination, timing, and precision. Thanks for checking out my map. Reach out on Discord. Contraband and Phony Island. Yeah, I was about to say about Phony Island, to be fair. So islands build bridges and control the ship. Again, I downloaded it, but I'm not sure it's any good. Phony Island just seems too basic. Create predefined roads will make your warrior with a great reward. This map includes the following objectives: 3 times piping, 3 electricity, 3 established route, 5 planned roads, 5 exploration, 1 clear out. It's too small. If that's all the missions there are, there's not enough. You've got Kranga, Jenga for crane operators. Pieces from the middle can be picked up when the hook is on the square side of the piece. Then one of the weapons. Basically, you play Jenga with cranes. Again, not something that interests us. And then you've got Scrapper, small scrapyard has skills at cleanup and rebuilding. For my eyes, it's too small, too basic. And then North Fork. This one's interesting. I just don't know how much is on the map. So Pacific Northwest map with trails, mud and rocks, working garage and quarry, plus heavy equipment already placed on the map. Join me on my adventure as I build this map. So North Fork and Contraband were the 2 that I thought looked interesting. What's missing a lot of missions? What, the Phony Island one? So today we're going to have a look at Contraband, see how we get on. Depending if we get it done before the DLC releases, we might have a look at North Fork as well. But yeah, that, like I say, a little bit disappointed with how many there are, but there's not much we can do about that. So custom scenarios to start these once you downloaded them. We can use our current save slot, that's absolutely fine. And then we can pick the one we want. Contraband, let's start scenario. Phony Island. Yeah, hopefully they add more to it. It just looked too small for my eyes. I wanted something that was going to take us some time and be more involved, and that one looked too basic. Whereas Contraband seems to be the most immersive. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got a selection of vehicles already here, by the looks of it. All around us. Beam facility. That's new. So that's the map we can see so far. Lots of small little areas as well. I think we've got a list of missions and automatically by the looks of things. But yeah, it seems like there's no garage here then, I would guess. Because all your vehicles are here. Does that mean you only get 1 of each though? You get two mule T1s. Tree Harvester is the MTK. Isn't the best. Zilks, Tiger, Asphalt. Okay, you don't have some of the new stuff. Yeah, some of the new stuff is missing, interestingly. Let's have a look at objectives. No side of it, all main missions. So we've got Lost Engine, Steel Beams Plant, Clear the Road, Geo Plant, Bring Delivery Truck to Lighthouse, Recover Container from Plane Crash, Oil Tank Part, Power the Pipe Power Plant, House on the Hill. Okay, well, we might as well start at the top. Lost Engines, bring objects to the zone ×3. Might not do this one first, actually. So we've got to go and pick up objects. I track it. Where are the objects? Okay, we're going to go and pick these objects up from over here and take them to there. I suppose we just grab a Mule T1 and go and have a look, I suppose. It's the first mission on the list. There's not much description behind it, but it's there. So we'll grab a mule, as there's a crane on top as well. Yeah, the fact that all the equipment's here but there's no garage is a bit of a weird one, but let's see how it goes. So we need to head somewhere in this direction for these 3 areas here. If we head down this road and see what we find. As I say, we don't know what's here, we don't know how much we've got to do, how we get to places. Just got to figure out as we go. With the description saying that obviously nature's taking things back, then a lot of this does make sense. Oh, that's all barriered off. Okay. Well, we're not heading that way. Let's barrier it off. Is that like a pipe? Yeah, the pipe's fallen over essentially there, hasn't it? The pipe stack for that building. That's really dilapidated. I will say some of the detail on the buildings is quite cool. How they're dilapidated and falling apart. That's interesting how they are. Again, we're stuck again there. You can't get out that side either. What about this way? Yep, this way's open. Load of tyres that you can sell there if you need some money. And that, I think, is a sell point here. No, it's concrete slab facility, that one. There is a construction depot there, so that's the sell point. Lots of tyres nearby if we need to sell anything. Although we can go this way. I'm not advising it. That is deep water. Interestingly. So we can't go that way either. I think we can come round here though, actually. So we've come round past where the chimney stack has fallen over. By the looks of it. The building there. With a zone. So we've got to do something here at some point. I'm now having a small concern the map may be too basic. Okay, we can't get across there, there's no bridge. We're trying to get to here just so we can pick these items up to go and deliver them. There's no bridge here. We can build bridges, we just need the materials. We can build all of them. Okay. Are we not getting out of here yet then? Or maybe there's a way back up here then, maybe. But we need to put a bridge there to get across there by the looks of things. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping it's not as basic as it first seems. The missions lack detail. There's no real immersion in terms of what you've got to do. But you know, the lack of mod maps kind of says there's not as much support for the modding community as the game really should have. So that's not down to them. I'd say it's more down to the developers not engaging more with the modders. I know they're adding in modded vehicles shortly. But again, is that too late? Should it have happened from the start, maybe? Okay, there's potential for getting out here, but we've got to clear the area by the looks of it. Yeah, that all needs clearing for us to get out there. And that's actually a mission by the looks of it as well, is to clear that area. So let's go and grab one of the big cranes. We need to get out of here, so we'll grab the big crane and clear it. Which one's it giving us? The Zilks. But to be fair, this is our go-to crane, to be honest. It doesn't look like you can buy vehicles anywhere either. It kind of seems like you can only use the ones it's given you. Okay. We'll clear as much as we can. If we don't clear it all, it's not an issue because we just want to get out for this first one. Is that a bathtub? That is a bathtub there as well. Move the bathtub to the side. It's not what you expect to see out and about in the middle of a road. All this we probably will have to recycle later on, more than likely. Especially if we need steel beams and stuff for bridges. Because I know there's a mission related to clearing this, we may as well just move everything to the side. I think if we put concrete to the right, metal to the left, I'm thinking that when we need to make things and recycle bits, there's a side to each one. It just makes our life a little bit more organised. Bit of concrete there. Actually, let's Grab that bit there first. And then we've got metal there. We'll remove this and then we'll move forward. So quite a bit that can be recycled when we need to. Barrel just here. Yeah, we'll move forward in a second. This is just so we can get out of here as well, that's the thing. I say, I think there is a mission for this, but we haven't looked at that mission yet. Mainly because we've got to go this way no matter what. The mission can wait. Okay. More metal. Yeah, I'm slightly concerned that this is going to be a bit too basic. We'll know more once we get into the missions themselves, I think, but for first impressions, maybe there's just not enough detail. And the fact you can't buy your own vehicles and use your own stuff, using whatever is already on place on the map, is a little bit weird. It's not giving me the one thing. I want one thing, it's not giving me the pipe. There we go. Don't know if that can be recycled alongside concrete or not, so let's check it over here. Yeah, Contraband, I like the name of the map, I think that's quite cool. But then Contraband is normally associated with things that are banned, so when you bring contraband into a country or into a building, it's stuff that's banned in that place. So what is banned here? This is obviously a metal steel beam that we can use later on if we need them for anything. We'll move it to one side. I think there's another one as well. Yeah, I don't quite understand how the name of the map makes sense, unless the meaning of contraband is different in different places. As my understanding goes, contraband means illegal stuff that you can't bring somewhere. So I could be wrong in my meaning. It might mean something different elsewhere, but that's just my understanding of the word. Another metal beam over here, or steel beam I should say. Concrete first. Not much left to move though. I don't mind the fact that it forces you to clear an area if we can even get out of here. I like that. As I say, there's no meaning yet. The mission is Lost Engines. It isn't even capital letters. I'm being a bit picky maybe. But yeah, the mission name hasn't got any capital letters. Weirdly. And then bring objects to the zone. Cool. What objects? To be fair, we may need a scout vehicle to actually identify what the objects are. Potentially. Right, last little bit to move out, and then we'll go and find these objects, or try to at the very least. Yeah, maybe I'm being too picky. We haven't given it much of a chance yet. I like detail though. I like to know why I'm doing something. And so far this doesn't have that. I'm not going to put the concrete all the way with the other stuff. I'm just going to chuck it on top of here. There we go. But yeah, it's a name that's kind of bugging me. Just don't know what it actually stands for. A bit there, and then we'll take the metal to the left. And then the tyre as well. And then we can get through and go and explore and find these 3 areas that we need to get to. Be interesting to see what else the map has. Don't know if this mission will auto-complete as well because we've cleared the area. It may do. There's no... I didn't see a list to say, have you done every mission? I'm assuming if they don't appear anymore. Because I think all the missions are already shown right from the start. I don't know if there'll be any more coming in once you complete certain ones. There we go. Clear the road is complete. I didn't actually have anchors on this then. I thought I had them on, but obviously not. So that's one mission already completed here. I don't think it shows your percentage complete, does it though? Mission complete, clear the road. Again, it's a little finicky maybe. The title of missions without capital letters bugs me. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, let's head through this way and see if we can get to where we need to go for these 3 areas. And see what else we find along the way. So we're heading... That's where we're going to take the objects to. We want to be heading south. So let's go this way and see what we can find. Undulating terrain. Why is there a big white dot over there? The terrain's pretty cool, the way it undulates as much as it does. We're not really getting stuck either, it's not deep mud at all. Interestingly, there's the water, which is a concern, because I think we need to get across that. So, that's where we need to drop the 3 objects off to. We need to go and find them first. But there is a massive river here, which looks like we can actually cross it. There is, you can see the land parts here. That generally says it's shallow enough to cross. It's all depends on how muddy it is. No, I think it's actually right. You can kind of see the land underneath. So that's not an issue. Now, how easy to find will be these objects? What are we stuck on? Oh, well, there's a rock underneath us. That's fine. Didn't see that one. There we go. Yeah, well, do we need a scout to scan the area to find the object, or can we find it ourselves is the first question. Okay, through the water. So, first area just over here to our left. Let's go and find out what the object is. Okay, I'm guessing it's the thing in the middle. Is my guess. Obviously there's no scout vehicle here to double check this, but I'm guessing it's that. Because it's the only thing here that looks out of place. Okay. Can this fit that way? Potentially. Obviously, if they're all the same object, we need 3 of these in the back, essentially. That's my thinking. Okay, that's him. Strapped up. Okay, 1 done. 2 to find. So, just over to our right-hand side should be another one. It's a bit weird how the map does that. You can see the ice background there. Is that actually a background? I think it is. Okay, why is that saying the object's still in that area when I think we've got it? Unless I picked up the wrong object. That area is still showing up as need exploring. I'm pretty sure there's not... I need to scout the double check, I suppose. I don't think there's any object. Normally you take an object out of an area, that area, the yellow circle bit disappears. So that's staying. There's definitely nothing else here that looks like it could be what we're after. It's just trees. Unless it made you wrong and there is something else there that I can't see. But let's say I'll get the second one. So the second area we're going to is in the water here to our right. Oh no, that island over there, there we go. I like the background, the snow in the background there, the snowy mountains is quite cool. I'm not 100% sure it fits with this area. I suppose it's in the background. The actual way it shines on the water and reflects kind of makes you see it differently. So it makes it look a bit weird when you first glance at it. Okay, second item, and it's the same as the first one, so I think we are right, these are the items we're after. It just doesn't seem to clear the circle when you first pick them up, which is weird, as it normally would. I think what we're finding so far, I think there's a lack of detail to this map, to a degree. And I get it's a modded map, I get they do it free of charge. But I just think there's maybe a lack of detail. But with the choice we have, there isn't much of a choice. That's the thing. What we may have to do, if we do finish this and we think the other mod maps aren't worth doing, we may have to just start doing everyday Kingdom Come Deliverance until the DLC. Turn. Okay, don't turn. Can't get it to go where I want it to. There we go, that'll do. That will do. But yeah, we could always do Kingdom Come Deliverance fully until the DLC release in March. Obviously we've got the op coming up as well, so we'll lose some time then. But we'll figure that out. We've got another hour and 15 minutes of the stream. Let's see how this is. We'll make a decision come the end. I've just got a feeling it's going to be too basic. Just by what we've done so far and seen so far. Right, we've got the third one. I don't know why there's this white circle there that won't disappear. Not to do with this mission either. That's really annoying. Okay, third and final circle we're going to head to go and find another object. We're going to go... Oh, up actually. We're going the wrong way. To our right. I don't think that white circle is where we're heading either. Not sure. If it is, then I'll take it back. There's a reason it's there. To our right. No, it's not, because we're going over this way. Yes, I'm not sure about the white circle. Don't know quite what that is. Okay, final bit we need to go and investigate is this bit here. Can we see a similar item to the two we already have on the back? It's a bit skiddy, the mud's a bit difficult to get through. There it is, right over there. In fact, it's floating. Although some items in the base game did that too until you got close. That is currently floating. I think the lack of detail in the mission kind of doesn't help either, because it's not giving you a reason to care, a reason to do things. I think that's the thing I care about a lot, is having the detail. Why am I doing it? What is the end goal? Why, what's the reason for what you're doing? I need that in a lot of ways, I think. It just adds to that immersion more than anything else. I mean, you don't have that, it becomes a bit tedious. Okay, job done. They're all in the back. Let's go and hand these in. and see what happens when we do so. But yeah, also lack of choice of vehicles. You can't use your own. You're given vehicles at the start, unless we're going to unlock a garage later. There's some weird visual issue there as well. You can just see like there's like meant to be something there. It looks now like an invisibility cloak or something on it, which is just a bit weird. Okay, I'm back across here. We're going to that building over there, I think, by the looks of things. I will say, when I give an opinion, when I don't, you know, I'm always happy to give an opinion on things, but it is just my opinion. You know, the reason we don't read reviews is because each review is down to the person's opinion, and every opinion is different. So, if it sounds like I'm criticising the map unfairly or harshly, it's just how I see it. Someone else may really enjoy it, you know, may not need the extra bits of words and explanations that I need, because everyone has something else that they prefer. Okay, that is going to be a sharp drop off. We can't get down there. Does that mean also we can't recover vehicles? There's no garage. Oh, we've got a mobile base now, haven't we, actually? There is a mobile base, so I wonder if we can recover vehicles then. There's another mule here. That's a mission related one, I think. Right, where is this going? There we go. This is where we take them to. We'll unstrap. Mission complete. 20 XP for that. Did we receive it? I didn't see any money, but we may have done. It's the first mission on this map complete. As I say, there's a lack of why, and that bugs me. Steel beans plant. Let's have a look at this one. Bring 5 concrete plates to the zone. They're not concrete plates, they're concrete slabs. So that should be bring 5 concrete slabs to the zone. You think we're meant to grab... No, I think that mule's a different mission though. If we come out of that one, it doesn't show us where that is, does it? Bring delivery truck to lights. Where's that one? So there is a mission related one there because it's square, but it doesn't automatically show us. Container, oil tank part, power the pipeline, house on the hill. Is that this one? No. It's not that one. Because that's the electricity. It didn't show up. It didn't go yellow. If it was, we were meant to use that mule, it would have gone yellow, surely. So I quickly select it. There we go. So that's this mission. Bring delivery truck to lighthouse is the mission here for that vehicle. Get the truck from the engine warehouse. This is meant to be the engine warehouse, although it's called the production facility, which is weird. And is it on a beach? I don't understand what it's called in these things. So get the truck from the engine warehouse on the beach. Well, this is the production facility. That's the truck. And it doesn't even tell you in the description that underneath the title that you've taken it anywhere, although the title does say bring delivery truck to lighthouse. Again, it's just an attention to detail, it seems. So where are we heading here? We're heading north, essentially, to the lighthouse. Well, let's do this mission next. We're already next to the vehicle. It's a mule. We've driven these loads. We're just driving the vehicle. There's no reason, though. Why are we taking the vehicle to the lighthouse? What does a lighthouse need with a mule? Has it got a load of stuff to move? They're moving house. No, what is the reason for it? Plus the lack of capital letters and stuff. That may just be a personal bugbear. Whoa. Okay. Didn't see that to the last minute. That road's not quite complete, is it? There's a big hole in the road. Okay, we may be able to skirt through the trees. Either that, we do need to build a bridge. Let's have a look. A bit of a rocky area. I think we can navigate through here though. That water just disappears then. But we can go this way. Yeah, I think it needs polish, you're right. It is the polish that it needs. It's the one, the thing is, when you read through the list of mod maps, this is the one that has the best description. So this is the one that pulls you straight away because of the description. But the description's really good. The map itself misses the detail that the description has, which is really weird. You'd expect with the detail that the actual mod hub bit has, that kind of detail would also be involved on the map itself. But for some reason it's not. Because it is the most detailed explanation on there. But this is why it's worth having a look. I'm not normally one that uses mods in games. You know, we've done the base game. We're waiting for DLC. It was worth a look at the maps. We'll have a look and see how we go. I don't want to offend anyone, but I want to give an honest opinion of what we're doing. That's the thing. And I know these people, like I say, do it for free, all the time and effort into it. But I think if you didn't tell the truth and how you feel, then that's also personally made it a bit of a disservice as well. You kind of need honesty. Okay, maybe going the wrong way here, looking at the terrain. We're trying to get to the lighthouse, which is north of where we are. There's more water there. So it's just a lack of context, I think, as well. Yeah, I think misleading, and it could be. You could say the actual description in the mod bit is misleading because of the lack of description on anything else. I suppose you could say that. But yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't think they want to do that. I'm gonna not gonna lift it up, am I? It's gonna stall. There we go. At least we're going to find out if we can recover things. So we haven't got any tokens, so we can't go there. Where roads we can recover to the roadside base. Basically, is where you can recover to. Do I need to recover, or can I fix it myself? I think I can fix it myself. Let's grab our mule that's over here, and I'll just come and rock it over. This is the mule we use to pick up the free items. So we'll just go and drive this across and just move it. As it has to be that truck, I believe, delivered for the mission. So we'll just go and turn it over. The risk of navigating through trees and things is potential for that to happen. I just didn't grab the crane quick enough. I was looking at the chat and I didn't see what was going on till it's too late, and I should have used the crane sooner. And probably could have saved it, but there we go. But yeah, I think doing someone lip service for saying something that isn't fully honest, I think doesn't help anyone. People can't improve if you don't give honest feedback. That's the thing. I think in this day and age, a lot of people are a bit too worried about what they say and how it be taken. Whereas I try and just be honest as much as possible. If I don't like something, I don't like something. I think it's unfair to then tell someone you like something when you don't. That's the thing. Right, let's go and get this vehicle turned over. Although that arrow doesn't tell us where the vehicle is, does it? So in the base game and DLC, if you're using a vehicle for a mission, it will tell you where it is. This is just showing the end point. I'll try not to roll this one too. Right, there we go. It's not going to take much to get this over. We literally need to pull it this way. Come on. No. Okay. My plan didn't quite work. I've now stalled 2 vehicles. My plan wasn't as foolproof as I thought, was it? Okay, crane. Let's take the crane instead. I like when things go wrong, because it gives you a chance to try and figure out how do you solve these things. Things go perfectly right all the time. It'd be no fun. Right, we've got to somehow get the crane there. The crane may be a bad idea. We shall see. Should be able to handle most terrain, to be fair. Going to make it up that hill though. Is that too much of an ask? No, we can get up the hill. Do need to get across that water though, don't we? I don't think we can get... Oh, we can get across this way. I thought that water went further than it does. Take low gear onto the hill. Okay. So this is the house. To be fair, we can just follow the edge of that house. That should get us near to where the 2 vehicles are. Well, what do you guys think so far of it? As I say, I think I think it looks okay so far. It just needs that polish, doesn't it? More than anything else. Right, low gear on. Slight angle. There we go. It's over. And there's our vehicles. Okay, what we'll do, with the one we need for the mission, we'll turn over and leave the other one for the time being. We'll just get this one back so we can get the mission done. We'll get it pulled a little bit away from them rocks. There we go. There we go. Right, that one. Okay, back in the vehicle. Let's hold crane. Carry on towards the lighthouse. I'm interested what the lighthouse looks like, to be fair. Will there be the detail? But yeah, I think so far it looks like it's a good start to a map. That's the thing. It depends if it's going to keep being updated or not. I think that's the big thing, isn't it? If they're saying this is done, then it's not that. It's not that done. Right, I don't know if I can cross that water. I think that's too deep on this side. Right, I think we need to go around. Obviously we don't know the map, so I'm guessing we need to go around. It makes the most sense that we're not going to cross that bit of water there. Well, we're saying that. This looks very, very tight. Yeah, not going down there, are we? Ah, that might be doable down there, though. That's the lighthouse just up there. Although our point isn't actually at the lighthouse, to the building just to the right. I think. The thing is, we're going to go nose first, aren't we? That's the problem. Obviously, we could go and build a bridge and stuff, but I don't think we actually need a bridge. I hope, anyway. It may be shallow enough, to be fair. It's such a big drop-off, I think, is the problem. See what happens. Yeah. Quite what we wanted to happen. We push ourselves a little bit up. Like, there's always the danger that you just go nose first. I can't even go back anymore. Okay. We can always I think big crane it across is probably our best option, to be fair. Right, let's go and rescue ourselves and crane it across. Obviously, you could build a bridge there, I suppose, and lose that ability to do so. But I think we can get round doing that. Okay, we're to the right. Obviously, you've got to be careful navigating this through the rocks and stuff. If we're not going to go over there more than once, it's kind of pointless building a bridge, though. That's the thing. If we're going to keep going back and forth for different things, then it's worth making a bridge. I don't think we will. I think it'll be a one-off kind of thing. Right, can we get flat? Yeah. Right, so we can pick this up, which is my plan, and then I'm hoping we can put it on the rock. Okay, we can't go any further forward than that. I was hoping I could just stick on the rocks there. Okay, let's put it down for a sec. Because my anchors, I turned the anchors off to get a bit closer. Stop there. Anchors. There we go. Just need to put it just on top of this rock ahead of it. Look at that. So it's struggling lifting up. I think the weight of it, and we're full stretch as well, aren't we? I think isn't helpful. There we go. If you're full stretch, it then becomes a little bit tricky because you're putting too much pressure on the forward side. I think that's as far as I can go. Just needs to be a little bit more forward. Obviously my concern is it's going to go backwards. Yeah, it's not going to stay there, is it? Come on. It looked like the rock was the perfect place to put it. There we go. Should stick the handbrake on, hopefully. Okay, it didn't stick the handbrake on. I was hoping they'd stick the handbrake on. It didn't. Right, what we need to do is move forward a little bit then. Anchors off. I'm going to end up putting this nose first in. There we go. We're not drowned or anything though, so we've got the reach now. And we can recover this back to the starting point. So, maybe. Yeah, anchors are out now. To be fair, it's actually there. As long as we can reverse up, it's fine. Don't fall over. It all depends if we can reverse up here. We can. Well, we got across. It might not be the most conventional. We made it across. Yeah, I'd say so far it's interesting but lacking detail. We'll see how we go. I can't see us doing too much of this, that's the only concern. Before getting bored. There's just no immersion, is there? I think that's the big problem. Mission complete. See, that's what... that's a bugbear. So we completed the mission. We needed to bring this truck to the lighthouse. That's fine. That's not an issue. Although this isn't the lighthouse. The lighthouse is up the hill. Up there. In fact, can we get close to the lighthouse? See if we can go and see what the lighthouse looks like in detail. I might need to go. That might be too steep. Can't see. The house is kind of in my way of view. Will that go up here or not? Right. Well, we'll turn around and go around the other side. I don't know if we can actually get up there, to be fair. We're going to have a look at it, but yeah, it tells you to take a vehicle to a place for the mission, but yet the vehicle stays where you deliver it. In the base game and DLC, you deliver a vehicle, that vehicle, oh, I don't know that vehicle disappears. Although we're going to go and see the lighthouse, but we're not anymore because of that. I don't think we're going to get that back on its feet from where we are. Yeah, crane's not going to reach that. Well, the lighthouse is up there. It's just there somewhere. We could just about make it out from before, although we can't now. It's up that hill. Can we see it from here? Yeah. Change to the crane view doesn't help. It's up that hill. Let's just say it's up there. There it is. Right on top of the screen. I don't know if you can actually get to it, to be fair. That's another one done though. Let's have a look at another mission. Bring resources to the zone. 5 concrete slabs needed. That's all the way back. So you're basically just taking them to there. From wherever you find them. There is one slab somewhere around there, I think. I had seen it earlier. So loads of concrete there we can use. But there's a slab there. I think that's one of the ones you need. Is there any more laying around? There's another slab there. That's 2. There's your roadside base. So we actually do have a base here, a roadside base. So does that mean you can buy vehicles? Okay. I did wonder whether you could buy vehicles. Can we use our own vehicles? This doesn't have all our vehicles, does it? Oh no, but how many bridge layers we have, to be fair. Yeah, it does. This is all our vehicles. Okay. So we can use our own vehicles then. I didn't think you could. So we need 5 concrete slabs. Concrete slab facility is there. There is plenty of concrete we can use, to be fair, to make the slabs. And there are a couple on the floor as well. There's another mule here. So we'll just quickly grab this mule. So there's one of the concrete slabs there. So if we quickly pick up this slab, chuck it in the back, we know there's another one further ahead. We'll quickly take those to the steel beam plant, and then we'll look at either making some more or finding other ones. Quite clear, what is it? There we go. Right, there was another slab I saw show up on the map a second ago. Or was that the one I saw? That might have been it, actually. No, there's one here. And the other one is... That might have been... there's one there as well, actually, right next to where we need to take it. Any more for any more? Yeah, there's one right near where we're actually taking the slabs in the first place. So we can grab 2 now, and then we just need 2 more, which we can quickly recycle. Can't see any more. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more. Okay. So if we go behind us, there's one more over this way. And then we'll deliver these and the one that's already there, and we'll quickly recycle enough concrete for 2 more things as well. And that's job done. Also, the fact that the one thing I've noticed as well. So, on the base game and mod and the DLC, if you're not doing the mission doesn't necessarily show up as a square on the map. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. And I think this is showing you everything in one go. I think that's just one of those finer detail things, though, isn't it, really, more than anything else? I feel like I'm being too... not constructive. I am being constructive, or trying to be. I feel like I'm being too harsh on it, but... I don't know, it just feels like there's bits missing. As I say, that polish, that detail. And this was the one map that looked the most interesting due to what was there. I think that's the thing. I think maybe I bigged it up too much in my head, thinking it was going to be something it's not quite, because of all the detail in the description. Maybe that's the problem. Well, we need these slabs here. There is a slab just to the left there as well. Oh, they need to be in the zone, don't they? Okay. Wasn't gonna unload them, but actually I think I will. Just so we can... Oh, no, I can just grab another mule, actually. I don't need to unload them. I'm just going to pull this one towards us. It counts as in the zone. Yeah, that counts. Okay, we're going to quickly jump in another vehicle. Where are you? Right, wrong vehicle. Just need some concrete. So we can then... I've not got another mule here, have I? Okay. What we'll do, we recover the mule here. So many mules and things. I could just pull one of mine out, to be fair, but there we go. We just need enough concrete to make 2 slabs. Take those across, and that's another mission complete. So let's grab this concrete over here. As we now know, we've got our vehicles we can use as well. I don't think the vehicles it gives you at the start are your vehicles. I think ours are all in garage still. By the looks of things. So this is going to be heavy for the mule. So like the Trailblazer and stuff, I think they're all still in the garage. I suppose if you don't own any vehicles, it makes sense for them to give you some to start with. But some people may not actually use their existing company they've done the rest of the game with. They may try and start afresh. But I don't know how much money you start with when you're new on a map, or when you start from scratch a game. I'm not too sure how much it gives you. So I get why it gives you vehicles to start with. But when you're as far in as we have been, with everything done, we're only lacking money because you made sure we bought one of each vehicle. It kind of, having all them vehicles sat there makes no sense to us. But I do understand why. Okay, we can make 4 concrete slabs, we only need 2. They're out over here. Again, there's no reason for this. You know, we're taking 5 concrete slabs to the steel beam plant, but why? Take 5 concrete slabs, steel beam plant, to help get it back up and running, to fix it. You know, it's that level, isn't it, it needs. And I think in some ways it's too easy. You know, on previous maps, well, on the base game and DLC, you have to work for these things. Everything's here. All the resources to recycle are here. Everything's too close together. Yeah, it's not spread out exactly. It's too close together. So you don't actually have to go anywhere, as we just haven't just now. You know, to recycle these, it's taken us seconds. Whereas normally it would take you a while to get that, to actually get stuff recycled and then where you need to take it. That's the thing. As I say, what's the reason for taking these here? Mission complete. Ah, I like that. That's quite cool. So in completing the mission, the steel beam facility then grew and rebuilt. I like that. It's always nice when you see something change because of something you've done. But it just needed more detail on why you were doing it. Next one, geoplant. Let's have a look at this. We've got to bring 5 steel beams to the geoplant. Where is the geoplant? Oh, really? Still, okay. The steel beams need to go here. The steel beam facility is here. So we're taking them literally from there to there. Just, oh yeah, okay. Just seems so easy. But annoyingly easy, I think is the problem. We know there's 2 steel beams over here. So we just need to grab some metal, chuck it in the hole, and hopefully make some beams. We basically need 3. Because we know where 2 are already. So what I'm going to go and do is grab the car from over here and dangle it in front of us, I think. Done this a few times. Using the crane, we dangle what we want to carry, and because of how physics works, we should be able to put enough in the air not to tip us over, so we can drive as well. Or maybe not actually. Normal. I might be able to place it on the back actually, thinking about it. Because we're not taking it that far, to be fair. We can just slot it on the back. And leave the crane potentially attached to it. Make sure it doesn't fall off. Because 1 car should be enough for 3 slabs, surely. Well, in fact, let's unattach. Strap. Can we strap? There we go. Car's on board. So the newly built steel beam facility, as I say, I like the way it built something from what we did. But we didn't know that was going to happen because it just said take 5 concrete slabs. Okay, that's only enough for 1. But we have barrels. Put it towards the zone. Let go. That's 2. We need 3 in total. I don't actually know if that last one's going to be enough. We may be just short of metal here. Yeah, just short. Sod's law, there was always going to be just short, weren't we? In fact, I've just seen something ahead of us actually. There's a car just round this corner. Literally just there. If we change contact point to single, there we go. I'm really stuck on that, aren't I? Come round to this side. Okay. We should now be able to drive backwards with it and drag it into the area. The other thing is the area. Oh no, the area's still there. Thought it disappeared, but we couldn't quite see the edge of it. It's alright, I can't go any further back. Once it starts getting the arrows around it, we can then take it off. There we go. So we now need to drive over here, pick the 2 beams up from over the side, and then we'll grab the 3 we just made. That's another one done. We've got to decide. So currently the schedule as it stands is we are meant to be doing the mod maps on Thursday as well. I don't know if we will. The way this is at the minute, I think we may as well just do another Kingdom Come stream, because I can't see whether I don't think it's worth doing this for a whole stream. I think we're going to get done too quickly. I think the other mod maps are very similar. I think the only ones that the rest didn't have enough detail to warrant a look at, I don't think. I think Phony Island seems to be too small and there's not much on it to do. I think I downloaded, what, 1 or 2 others, didn't we? And again, I just don't think there's enough to them. But my plan was to do DLC maps until the mod maps until the new DLC releases in March. I don't think we're going to be doing that because I don't think there's enough for us to do. What do we think? Do we think we should go and have a look at one of the other maps instead, or do we just carry on with this? We've got about 40 minutes left of the stream. We could potentially try and get as much done as possible, maybe finish it. Or we have a look. We only downloaded 2 more, I think. But yeah, I just think there's a lack of polish and it's too easy. I think is our biggest problem. Everything's too close together, and there's no reason to do any of it. You know, we're taking steel beams to a geoplant. I don't know what a geoplant is. Why are we taking beams to it? And why is it literally round the corner? I like the fact the lighthouse is further away. Admittedly, probably should have built a bridge to get across properly, but then the vehicle stayed there, so that's a bit weird. Right, let's go and hand these in anyway. We're here anyway. And we're just going straight ahead of us. I thought this area here wasn't a mission. I thought this would be clear the area with the crane, to be honest. Will this rebuild potentially? Yep. The geoplant is rebuilding as well. Geothermal energy. There we go. We've now got a geothermal energy plant. Nice. In fact, there's only 4 missions left. We're not going to swap map. We're going to finish this because I'm pretty sure there's only 4 missions left to do, and there's nothing else after that. So you may as well do it and say, job done. So we recover container from plane crash. There's a plane crash just here. Not just there. That's where we need to take it to. Where's the actual plane crash? There. So we need to go there with a vehicle to recover a container and bring the container to the mansion. That's a mansion there. There is actually a vehicle here. Potentially we can use that, I think. Not that I need to, since we've got vehicles here closer. Might as well just stick to what we're actually already in, to be fair. There's no point in swapping vehicles. There is a vehicle next to the mansion, which doesn't fit the mansion aesthetics, I would say. As it's a mule. You'd think there'd be something better there. Porsche, Ferrari. It's a mansion after all. But also, yeah, that's the other thing. So this is telling us where we deliver it to. We actually have to manually keep looking to where we're heading. Unless we put down our own marker, obviously. Right, can we get out this way? Or is that a dead end and we need to find a way round? I think we can get out this way. Okay, it's very... Okay, maybe we can't. That's all hilly there, isn't it? I don't think we'll get up there. So we need to find a way to there. There's been a plane crash. We need to recover the container. Which way do we get out of here? Maybe that way, because it looks like it's more flat that way. I'm hoping it's a proper plane, cut in half. As soon as there's a plane crash, it should be a proper plane. Can we get out this way? Or is that a dead end too and we need to find a different way? That's all mountainous as well, isn't it, that way? So, if that's all mountainous as well, then we need to go out where we went out before and then head left, essentially, don't we? And come round ourselves that way. A pile of sand there in the middle. So if we come out here, this is the area we cleared before to come out. We'll go past, the mansion's on our left, to be fair. No! We didn't come out this way before, because I hadn't seen the hole before. That's new. I didn't see there was a hole there. That's the way we went out last time, was down this way. I didn't see the hole. Yeah. Yeah, container full of contraband. That's not a bad shout. It would make sense for the map name, wouldn't it? If it was a container full of contraband. To be fair. Right. We go forward, we should be able to pull this out, I think. Maybe able to put it out. I may have to quickly get a bridge layer out, to be fair, to lay a bridge. Are you going to connect? No, we're not close enough, are we? There we go. I don't think I can put it out, actually. Yeah, it's not going to pull it out. Let's swap to it, recover. We're not too far away from where we were. I could go and grab a different vehicle, to be fair. I'm trying to see how we get through. Maybe we do need a bridge layer there, to be fair. Maybe a case of get a bridge layer out, stick a bridge there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is a bit dodgy. Down plane in the middle of nowhere. That's very true. We got a bridge layer here. I'm not going to build a bridge. I don't think there's much point. I think a bridge layer does the same job. Do I have any bridge layers that actually have a bridge on them though, or do I need steel beams? Potentially. Because we have 4 bridge layers, I think it is. I don't know which has a bridge on top of it still, and which needs replacing. Yeah, see, I need steel beams. Okay. Let's see if we can drive round rather than build a bridge. We'll see if we can drive round. If we can't, we'll put a bridge across that hole. I've got a feeling we'll be able to get there without building a bridge though. It's just traversing this rocky bit on the left here. I think it did go round to the left, but we went right because of the missions we were doing. So this bit here does go left. Although, actually, does it? See the mansion just there in the background. So there's the mansion. I know there is a vehicle next to the mansion, but I was leaving that on purpose. Because it makes no sense to have that vehicle there. Because unless the mission basically is, here's your vehicle, go and collect this, bring it back. Which kind of, to me, says, what's the point? We're heading there, aren't we? We keep going straight, it's a little to the left. But yeah, there is a mule right next to the mansion. Which just means it's pointless. But since there's only 4 missions left, we may as well try and get this done today, and it's done then. So yeah, it means you may have to rest RoadCraft until DLC releases, which is a shame. I was fully expecting this map, especially because of how it explained itself, to have loads to do, and that would keep us busy. But yeah, not turned out that way. So we need to head to the left. I don't know if it's... we have to go up the hill to get to the left. Because the plane crash could be at the top of the hill, that's the thing. Maybe try and help us. Okay, I think if we head left here, we might be near there. Plane crash on top of the hill would make sense, to be fair. That's a long drop down. Is that a plane? That's a plane crash down there. That actually looks interesting, to be fair. They may have done a really good job with the plane, maybe. Let's get a bit close and have a look. Can I get down there, or is it just a straight drop is the question? I can't see enough. If it's not a straight drop, it's fine. It's not a straight drop, we're all good. So this is the plane crash. And actually, that looks okay. I like that. I like the way that looks, to be honest. You can see it's all broken apart. Although, saying that, so the box we're here to pick up, I'm guessing, is the one to our left. Why is there no damage to the box? I'd expect at least some damage to it. It looks like a brand new wooden crate. Where's my damage? We could just fill it in with sand, to be fair. That's true, that hole, yeah. I don't know if we have to need to go out the way again, though, because everything else is around the same area. We may actually not need to even get around there again. Okay, that is that complete. We just need to go and deliver it now to the mansion. Okay. Obviously we have to skirt around the mountain a little bit here. I don't know if there's an easier way than what we did. I think this really tall mountain is an issue. We need to get round it or up it. Which I think going back the way we came is probably the safest option. As long as we can climb the hill. Keep it in low speed first. Maybe not. Low gear for the hill. Just got to be careful of our angles. Oh, actually, hang on. Don't go that way. That looks even worse. Yeah, got to be careful of the angles when you're on these hills. It's so easy to roll if you get the angle wrong. Can't see what's going on because the rain's so heavy. Can't make anything out. I've never had an issue with visibility, but at the minute I can't see anything. I don't know why. Maybe it is my eyes. That goes down there. It's quite a straight drop, but I think maybe the best option. I'm really struggling visibility wise. That's a bit better. For that bit there, for some reason, reflections and things, I couldn't make anything out. I just think the reflections were really tricky there to actually be able to see anything. I'd say it might be my eyes, but it's just really hard to see. I think that slope may be too big. I really don't want to tip over. Okay, we're not far away, just got to navigate the hills. This is mission, there's this mission and 3 more afterwards and that's it. And what have we got left? About 25 minutes. Essentially, done. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. I think, if anything, I think this map's been a little bit of a letdown. I like the idea, I like the actual idea of it all, but the description painted such a good picture, and I don't think it's lived up to that, which is a shame. Okay, skirt the wall, go in over there, and that's this delivered. But I do think the developers have some blame as well. The fact that there's not many maps out there tells me developers aren't trying to encourage people to mod as much as they should. That's the concerning part. Container recovered. 3 more missions left to go. Oil tank part. Find and deliver the large tank part. Okay. We know where we've got to take it to, and we're going to go over there to pick it up. Don't know what it is. It's just a tank part. How big's the tank part? This is the question. Isn't this all water here? We can't get out here without building a bridge. This will be interesting. What vehicles have we got? I've got to take something that can carry things, don't I, really? I could just recover the mule, to be fair. I don't want to keep using the same vehicle, that's the only thing. Let's use our other mule, the Trailblazer. We'll deploy that. Right, we need to head to the right. As I say, it keeps showing us where delivery point is, but not where pickup point is. I don't know, can we get out of here, or is this going to be too hilly? No, it might be alright, actually. I don't know how far the water goes. There's a big old circle there. Is that where we're heading? No, that's something else, isn't it? Circle. Oh, there is a road this way. It's helpful. Normally really good at saving vehicles when they tip over. Today I've really struggled with it for some reason. So we're looking for an oil tank part. I don't know what an oil tank part is. I'm sure we'll find it. Okay. Yeah, just keep following this, I think. And then I think it's probably just up that hill there. The other thing I think as well, with the undulating terrain like this, it doesn't make sense. So that mansion, why? Why is there a mansion there? There's no town nearby. Okay, that's where we need to get to. I don't know whether we can get up or not. Or do we need to just follow this round maybe? I also don't think we can carry that tank on the back of this. I've just seen how long it is, and I think this is not going to work. But yeah, the terrain doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. There's too much random things, and that rain is causing us massive visibility issues. Right, it's just up this hill here. We may need the heavy transporter, depending. I think it's too big though, for this at the very least. Where's my pipe? Yeah, there's the oil tank part to the left. Well, I will definitely say that's new. We haven't had an item like that before. I've got a feeling I won't be able to lift it. Can we lift it? Oh, we can lift it, look at that. Can we get it on the back? Right, it's there. I can't strap it. just thinking, put it more towards us. Yeah, I can't strap that down. Yeah, we're not. There's no way we're driving with that on the back, is there? We'll flip over really easily. Well, saying that, there's actually a shortcut back down. Yeah, no, it's just going to tip us over. Okay, so we can't do that from here. There is actually a shortcut down here. I think it is, can we get it chucked down here enough? We can go and pick it up with something else down there. Save us coming all the way around here. So can we get it even enough that we can then just chuck it down that slope? That's the question. Just needs to be even enough. Oh, he's tipping. Okay. Just want to get it down that slope because then we don't have to drive all the way round. But it's too heavy on one side, I think, isn't it? Okay, can I then slowly? Just try and make our life easier and quicker, considering we've got this and 2 more missions, and then that's the map complete. Can we get down the hill? Down you go. Can't see what I'm doing with the crane, which isn't helpful. Okay, it's just about down that hill. Oh, not quite enough though, is it? Slide! There we go, it slid. Right, we just need to drive through here then, essentially. We have got the heavy transporter. We still need a crane though to put it on the back. So we'll need 2 vehicles. We'll grab the heavy transporter first and foremost. But yeah, we're probably going to need a crane as well. I don't know, the mule might be able to pick it up and put it on top, on board. I may just about manage it. I think it'll be tight though. Since the mule's already there, we'll see if we can get it down to a point that we can use it on that. May not be able to. Just impressed the mule can actually pick it up there. The white powder. What white powder did you see? But yeah, I do think there's a lot of potential for this. I just think some of the design choices make no sense. Mansion being where it is. All the facilities together. Oh, Craig, was there white stuff on the... Oh, you said because of the contraband. Yeah, I get it. That's what I mean. The mission's done, but there's no reasoning behind it. There's no... You know, what was it? Do you need to help them smuggle it out of the area? There's nothing other than recover it. Job done. Okay, there's the item just over there. Still quite high to be fair, the item. And I kind of need to reverse. Oh no, we can put it on this way and we can probably reverse back to here from there. Turn round. Either we try to put on with the Trailblazer or we go and get the big crane. We know we can pick it up with the Trailblazer, but not by much. I think we just get big crane, don't we? There's no point messing around with it. The big crane's over here. We can recover it and drive it where it is now. Since we're nearly out of time, I would like to get most of this done. It does say you need a token to recover back to your mobile base. The problem is there's no tokens on this map that we've seen so far, so I don't think there's a way of earning tokens as it stands either, so you can never use the roadside base to recall vehicles to, because there's no tokens. And tokens that you earn on previous maps stay on the map you earned them on. They don't go across to other maps. So yeah, the ability to recall to the mobile base is pointless. So the only thing they're good for, one of them is good for, is materials. But again, everything's too close together. You don't need to do anything with materials really. This the rain stops. So what do you guys think for this map, other than lack of polish? What would you like to see done? What would you change, essentially? Yeah, I need to make a decision by Thursday. I'll try and let people know what's going to happen on the community page. We either have a look at some other mod maps and spend 3.5 hours doing them, or we just carry on with Kingdom Come Deliverance instead. Okay. We're just going to pull that down from where it is and put it on the back of this. I think we might be in line enough. There we go. I didn't want to be full stretch trying to lift it, so I wanted to drag it towards us a little bit. Okay, swing it around. I think it's maybe even too long for the heavy transporter, to be fair. Will it fit? I think it's going to be close. No, it's on. Just about. It's on the heavy transporter. Yeah, it needs more depth. Exactly what you say. Exactly what we said as well. Can't strap it down to and move this out of the way. Yeah, there's no purpose, is there? There's actually no story to the map either, other than the missions themselves. There's no actual story, whereas all the other maps, you know, they have a story to them. Whether it's normally a natural disaster, isn't it? But this doesn't have that. Just has do this, do that, job done. But there is potential, that's the thing. I don't want to reverse all the way. I need to find somewhere we can turn around. Okay, can I get the turn around here maybe? Slope may have been too much. Yeah. Come on. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. You're there. All good. We could have reversed all the way back, but I really didn't fancy that. Yeah, it's strapped down. It's definitely already strapped. It's not moving. I just wanted to. I didn't want to reverse all the way back. That was my issue. Yeah, it's normally a crane, isn't it? That's the problem. My guess is if the vehicle's too close, a person wouldn't be able to walk around pulling the straps tight. I think is what the purpose is. But I think it needs a bit more looking at least to see if you can change that a little bit. Yeah, no, I know what you mean now. Yeah, yeah. I think the purpose is right. I think it's how it's implemented needs a little bit more of a look at. I think because I think it is. If you're too close to it, you wouldn't be able to strap it down in real life. You wouldn't be able to get there. I think that's the point. Mission complete. Okay, so that's just been built. I'm guessing that's an oil tank. Why is the part still on the back of the vehicle? If we've built it. So that's the Canyon gas holder. But why is the part that we just picked up for that building still there? It doesn't disappear, does it? Right, next up we need to do electricity. What are we actually powering? Run power from the mountains to the pipe facility. What? So that's not a pipe, that's a beam facility. There's no infrastructure mission, so it doesn't allow us to see what we're doing. And where are we running power from? There's no power there. There's no power there. In fact, there's nowhere with power then. That's the final mission up there. Because it's not an infrastructure one, though, it's not showing us where power can be gained from. Yet, surely these have power because they're running. That makes no sense, does it? Geoplant is power as well, though, to be fair. There's actually nowhere to run power from. You're two places that have no power, but there's nowhere that actually does have power. Because you'd see it through the fog of war here as well. I know people say we've not explored the map, you can't see it, but actually, from playing it enough, we know there will be one area that's blue when we have the electricity marker on. There's nothing there, and the request doesn't show up either. So that doesn't work. You think we unstrap it might disappear? We'll try and unstrap it. See if it disappears. I don't think it will though. No, because the box has gone already, it won't do it. But yeah, so there's nowhere to actually grab the power from. Run power from the mountains to the pipe facility, that's fine, but where? Because normally when you're in this option, you would see the blue outline of where you need to get power from. But there's nothing there. Okay, let's leave that one. House on the hill. Bring the white propane tank to the house in the mountains. So we'll track this one. Where are we picking up? Which vehicle are we picking up? The white propane tank. Where is it? Is that the tank we've got on the back of this? Is that a propane tank? I suppose it could be. Oh no, it's there, I think. It's there. You can just see it. It's that one there. What we'll do is we'll jump in our Trailblazer over here. And we'll just recall that back. So I don't think the power one can be done. From what I can see, there's no way of doing that. Unless we're missing something and maybe we need to explore a bit more to see it. But currently I can't see where power comes from. But also it doesn't come up under infrastructure. It needs to come up under infrastructure as well, otherwise it doesn't quite work. What is that there? Is that a quarry point? Oh, it is a quarry point. Okay, so the propane tank I think is here. There it is. Right, we should be able to grab it from here, I would hope. And then we're going to get to the house now. We've got about 5 minutes of the stream left before we run out of time. We'll try and get this done before we finish today. I feel like we're going to get close to it. There we go. But yeah, as far as I can see, we can't do the power mission. So this potentially is the final mission we can do. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping, a good few streams of the map, because of the description, thought we'd get a lot more out of it. Anchors, camera, done. Obviously, we don't know how we're going to get to this house on the hill. We've got to figure that one out. Is there a way out over this way? We've already seen there's a big old hill, and climbing it isn't simple. Okay, there looks to be a road bit there that goes up into the hillside. Let's try that. This is different to the bit we've already been to. But hang on, there's a bit there. I think we want to go that one, don't we, to the right. But yeah, the fact that you pick up something, deliver it, and it stays on the vehicle, it's just a lack of polish. I've said it a few times now, but it's annoying me to a point that you can tell there's things missing. But the description of the map is amazing. I think that's the worst part. If the description wasn't so good, I don't think our expectations would be that high. But because of how good the description is, I think you expect more. Okay, I don't know if we should have gone right here or stayed on this path. We know we're getting to there. There is a route that goes does bend to the right there. I think we go straight, we'll see. May have needed to go right. Maybe not actually, I think that swings round. Up there. These are the kind of missions you do and then you end up falling over and you can't get a vehicle to you to get your vehicle to start again. Okay, I think we follow this still. We're nearly there, it's only 120 metres away. It still seems to take us towards it. Don't fall over now, that would be really bad. I think we're here. House on the hill. Okay. Move the old car out of the way. Job done. And again, it stayed on the vehicle once again. Okay, let's just double check electricity. I've got a feeling we're not going to see any. No. I can't see where you can run power from. So that doesn't quite make sense. The map's not as big as you think either. The amount of water that kind of cuts parts out. Same as there's no bridge here, but that leads to a circle there's no mission for. You can't also run power through there anyway. These are running without power supposedly, and you've got a geoplant you built that should provide power, but again doesn't. And construction depot requires power to run as well, and there's none there. But yeah, that, as far as I'm concerned, is the map done because we can't do the final mission. Let's come out of this and have a look. I think that's us done with RoadCraft until the new DLC, to be fair. The other two maps we downloaded, I think they're going to be too basic. I think they'll be even quicker than that one. The islands, build roads and bridges, control the ship. Again, I don't quite know how much there is to do there. Contraband is the one we just looked at, which has got the best description, but it's a bit of a letdown. The islands, we've got North Fork. To be fair, that one looks interesting. We just don't know what it's going to involve. I think Thursday we have a look at North Fork and we have a look at islands. if we did everything done on Norfolk. So Thursday we'll carry on with RoadCraft. We could build a bridge to see what's there. We're out of time anyway for today, Jake, man. But yeah, you're right. Maybe we go back onto the Contraband, build a bridge just to see what's across there. Maybe, but you can't get power across though, because we won't be able to run a power cable that way. That's the only thing. So going across there makes no sense. There's no reason to, in terms of mission related stuff. But I think Thursday we can do RoadCraft. We'll have a look at Norfolk. We'll have a look at Islands, and just see what it is like. I think we can keep ourselves busy enough with those two, and maybe go and explore Contraband a bit more and just see if there is a place to get power from somewhere. You'd think if you from the geo plant, there wouldn't you really, to be fair. But for some reason, it's not. But yeah, that is us done for today, I'm afraid. We are out of time. We have fully completed the DLC. Wrong one. That one. Washout is 100% completed, and we've had a look at the mod map as well. Not particularly happy with the mod map, admittedly. We had a look at Contraband. Description is brilliant. Map itself, not so good. But that is us for today. A massive thank you for joining us today, as we're out of time. We are back tomorrow morning with Kingdom Come Deliverance. And then Thursday morning, we're back in RoadCraft, and we'll have a look at the other two mod maps as well, and maybe do a bit of exploring Contraband at the same time. And then, yeah, that is it. So, I'm asking you guys, I don't know how you build your own map, to be fair. I don't know how you go about doing it, to be honest. I might have a look, but I think it's going to require a lot of time that I don't have, admittedly. But yeah, I'll have a look at it and see how you go about it. I don't know if there's a way of it giving you the software to do it. I don't know, but I'll have a look, see what I can find out. But yeah, I must thank you guys for joining us. Jake, man, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us as well. It's on the main screen. Okay, well, I'll have a proper look and see, and go from there. But yeah, a mass thank you to you guys. Thank you for today. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your day. As always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Tomorrow, we're back. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Thursday, more RoadCraft. Until then, enjoy your day. And we'll see you in a live stream very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jake.